Hey, teacups. It's your girl, Monica. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. Joining me tonight are teacup affiliates, Plez, the Bishop in the building, Schoolboy. We got Princess on deck tonight as our special guest panelist. And so Debonair. Hey, y'all. We're going to have some fun tonight.
A word from our sponsor, Ciroc and Onion.
Sent from heaven.
Ciroc, I ain't gonna mention Ciroc. They ain't paying me.
They pay me.
That was so funny. That was a defining moment. She was like, I don't like this bitch.
Look, Ciroc, you can pay me. I don't drink. I will be on time.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm always on time.
And Doritos, you can pay me because I will eat your product. Give me them spicy nachos.
I just ain't had none today.
Give me them spicy ones. That's the ones I like.
Ooh, that was my favorite one. Spicy nacho.
All right, y'all. We got a full house. Everybody's getting over here. Let me give people a little bit of time to get over to this live. They had to go take a bathroom break, a smoke break.
After the party, it's the after party.
It's the after hours. Y'all done let me in here. It's going down.
It's going down.
Not in the DM. Not in the DM. Get out the DM.
Y'all DM me if you want to.
You can DM me, but I might not reply.
We got Brooklyn in the chat. I mean, everybody's in there. Hey, all about the tea. Brooklyn, I see. Let me see where everybody's at. Hey, everyone. Hey. Love y'all. Ashanti won.
How did you win something?
Right. It was a contest. I think Patty won.
It was the comment section for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was comment section.
That's where the comedy was really at. That's where the show was going down.
And the attention-seeking whoredom.
Yeah.
You
know,
that thing.
Keyshia Cole. Okay, so she came out and made a statement, and she's apologizing, sort of, kind of, but she's still making excuses for why she was late. And we're gonna get into it. All right, but first and foremost, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button down below. If you're already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and bang that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the piping hot tea that we spill on this channel. And while you're at it, you might as well hit the like button. You down there, just hit it.
All right, down there, just hit it.
Right, I was thinking, why you saying
you could do it.
It's gonna be a fun live, y'all. Okay. On the agenda tonight, we are recapping and breaking down the Ashanti and Keyshia Cole Verzuz and everybody's reaction to it. All right. Let's get into it. And I want y'all to comment in the chat who won, Ashanti or was it Keyshia Cole?
It won when it stopped playing. That's when we won.
Oh, baby.
Oh my God. Les, what were your thoughts from the beginning? Because we know Keyshia showed up an hour and a half late, and they're telling me Ashanti was 15 minutes late. That's what they're saying.
What? No, she was an hour late.
That's what they're saying. That's what the people are saying.
People are lying. And so let me be all the way clear. They had already rescheduled this. This was the third reschedule. So their songs were the soundtrack to my college years. But by this time, I was uninvested. I wasn't interested anymore. I love game shows. ABC has started Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. So I was very excited about that. And then when you reminded us that it was going on and you were going to move the live, I was like, oh, I had totally forgot about it. So I have multiple devices. So I'm like, okay, I'll watch ABC over here and look at the good old IG over here. Because Verzuz got a problem, right? All of the battles are starting super late. And I'm sorry. I know you like a good build of suspense, but after 30 minutes or so, y'all need to get the show on the road. So every time I checked, I was looking at these Game of Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones chairs. I'm like, what is going on? What is this? So I know for a fact Ashanti came an hour late. Ashanti did not show up. Well, maybe 50 minutes. She showed up at about
55.
7:50, 7:55, because it started at 7. Y'all had us looking at them chairs and listening to that DJ for
And
almost an hour.
Ciroc and Doritos.
Oh yeah, and the Ciroc and the Doritos, and the candles, whatever those were, for an hour. And then she came out there with her cooing and oohing and baby and singing along to other people's songs. It was so weird. And then Keyshia again. So then Law and Order SVU came on. So I'm like, oh, let me turn to that now. And I kept looking, and Keyshia still wasn't there. I'm like, what is this? So she came on like an hour and a half late. Tim and Swiss got some housekeeping to do. They need to make these artists sign rules and regulations or forfeit their money or dock their money or something. This is bad business all around. So that's how it started off for me. Piss poor. Boo. That's how I felt.
Ooh.
Boo.
That was a rough start. I was so mad because I'm like, I canceled our live to accommodate this Verzuz. First of all, I didn't even know it was gonna be on because you like Ples said, they canceled it 2 times. So I just figured, oh, tonight there's Verzuz. Okay, everybody's like, can you reschedule your live? We want to watch the Verzuz. I said, all right. Let me go ahead and do that. And then this heifer showed up an hour and a half late. I was just like, y'all playing with me. Y'all playing. Bishop, sound off. What were your initial thoughts just sitting there waiting? And granted, Keyshia's box did look fuzzy. The internet wasn't right. Okay, but still.
I was like, boo. I want my refund of my life back. I don't get the time back. I felt like we could have done a show and we wrapped it up, and they still wouldn't have started. And it was such a, I give Ashanti an A for attitude. Her attitude was on point. You know what I mean? She tried her best to, be up in spirits and say, you know what, I was late. Let me be a gracious artist. You know what I mean? Even though I pulled a Lauryn Hill on y'all. So I get her. I give her A for attitude, but you're still disqualified. I'm sorry, you late. Even though I was looking forward to hearing a few songs from you, you still didn't win, baby. You tried to win because you had a nice attitude. You came in there smiling, singing your songs, rocking that. Well, I was feeling you too, but you lost. Sorry, you didn't win. I don't care if Keyshia Cole came in with the Oscar the Grouch attitude, then try to act like she happy and whipping her hair back and forth and try to bring OT Genesis up in there to lift her spirits. You still lost too, baby. You lost with the bad attitude. You lost with your non-singing self. You lost. None of y'all won. Next case.
Damn. All right. Ooh, you brutal with it, Bishop. So, Debonair, what were your initial thoughts? Keyshia showing up late. Her internet connection was bad. According to Ples, and I'm gonna take her word because Ples be on point. She says Ashanti was an hour late. People are telling me 15 minutes, but it sounds like it was an hour. According to Ples,
57 minutes to be exact.
An hour and 7 minutes.
Damn.
Really?
I don't know what people are looking at. It started at 7 p.m. Central.
Color people time.
Well, what they're looking at is that everybody has been late. But I'm gonna tell you that when I logged on and they weren't on,
Patty and Gladys wasn't late.
Who?
Patty and Gladys wasn't late.
But that's a different type of people though.
Nice singers.
But they always like
and professional.
Teddy Riley had their internet service. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. I logged on and I logged back off because I'm like, these are not people I'm waiting on. It's not the type of thing. Like I was expecting to be on time because Keyshia Cole and Ashanti, like it's not I would never go to a concert. I would never pay for a concert that they're doing and then wait for them to perform. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So I had to do the compensation on my social media because I just couldn't do it. And when I heard they took a break, it threw me off. But I'm gonna tell you this. My thing was this: when I logged on, they were late. I logged off because I had other things to do. I really wasn't there for this because I didn't understand even the reason why they were on Verzuz together. I mean, they're in two different time frames. Keyshia Cole and Ashanti. I think I respect maybe Keyshia Cole more than I do Ashanti because Ashanti was like a feature all the time to me. So I just didn't understand it. So like I said, when I logged on, they weren't on. I was like, well, I'm logging off because maybe Ashanti got COVID again.
In her left body.
Princess, what were your initial thoughts? Keyshia being late, Ashanti late, and then we got to get into the shade that was thrown, okay? Because there was a lot of little back and forths. I don't know if everybody caught it because, like, you know, So Debonair said he logged off. What were your thoughts?
Well, I really didn't give a damn about the verses. I didn't know what was going on until y'all reminded me. First of all, you know, I come from a different era of the industry where singers could really sing. Now that don't mean I don't like a few Ashanti records. I do think Keyshia Cole can sing when she wants to. But first of all, the matchup, I wouldn't have never matched them up together anyway because they're two different types of R&B singers. Half the Ashanti songs she was singing, she don't sing them. Somebody else sing them way better. But I just happened to went to the store and I was like, well, ain't nothing on. And I turned on the TV and YouTube said, watch the verses. I'm like, how you know I want to watch that? Well, I guess everybody else is. And I watched it because I knew I was going to have to talk about it sooner or later. I was like, well, let's see what these heifers doing. And I looked up and nobody was there. So I got on Twitter with Schoolboy and I checked my Facebook and started doing stuff. And I looked up and nobody was there. So I went back to doing something else. And I said, well, what is these heifers doing? And I'm looking at the chat and they, where they at? I'm like, well, for them not to be singing no way. And then I should have brought a wig over here. You know, they come out. You know, I don't want to see that, sis. You know, you went and bought you a good bundle for today. It's okay. You know, let's get this on. You know, you can only sing 2 lines of the song anyway. And you going to next. Girl, bye.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Schoolboy, your initial thoughts on this ratchet
Well,
versus.
first of all, I didn't give a damn about this versus no way because I don't really care for neither one of them heifers like that. Now, Keyshia Cole got a few bops I like. Now, Trust, that's my joint because my baby Monica is on there and she sang it down. She took the song from Keyshia
Monica made the
on
song.
that song.
I like both
really,
of them.
You know, and Ashanti, you know, that was back in my young baby stud days, and I was, I was into it. I didn't really know why I was really into it, and she looked cute. You know, we knew she couldn't sing. Okay, I'm in my drawers and my bed, just chilling, twinkling my gay toes, and my neighbor got this. Got this. I said, "What is this? What in the hell is this song?" It was them, terrible. It was terrible, Monica. My ears was bleeding. I said, "Who is trying to sing?" They talking about this is Ashanti. I said, "Ashanti trying to sing? Why, boo? Let the track play. We know you can't sing. We know you can do a little ad lib, but you can't get the vocal. That vocal is not the And why was Keyshia Cole? First of all, both her breasts were disheveled. Okay,
they were social distancing.
Yeah.
I mean, the outfit was small. It was squeezing. It was screaming. Please take me off. Why am I on? And here she come out here with this, just with an attitude. I'm like, what is wrong with her? And I'm online. And if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all know I did videos. I was just like, this is irritating. I'm trying to watch Trading Places on online, and you got this music blasting, and they both struggling to hit a note. They both struggling because we know Keyshia can't hit them notes live, so she bumps them a few down, and she still can't even hit them. And that was terrible. Swiss Beats and them need to have they behind whoop for that.
Tori, thank you so much for this super chat. She said Frankie was probably fighting with Keyshia Cole in the back.
It was probably messy.
Okay, so y'all, after it was a disaster. Okay, it was a total flop, and Swiss Beats was not happy because he's the one. That's his thing. He's the executive producer of the Verzuz, and it's money because you have sponsors and stuff that rely on you to put on a show and people to arrive on time. So he was pissed. He was in the comment section saying this is disrespectful. So debonair.
But the sponsors got they advertisement though, because Doritos, they definitely got the sponsorship.
They did.
Doritos was sitting on that live, sitting pretty the entire time.
On time.
It's a rock. So after Keyshia got all that backlash, she put out a statement, and she sort of, to me, that really wasn't an apology. Okay, first of all, who won the Verzuz? In my opinion, I think it was Ashanti. Because you got to forget about how they sing. Forget about all that. I'm looking at showmanship, okay? Professionalism. To me, Ashanti looked like she rehearsed in her chair. She did a sound check. Her outfit fit. She looked good. She looked like she smelled good. She looked like money.
The legs, oh my God.
Front was laid down. I mean, I like those type of lace fronts. You can't even tell it's a lace front, okay? The jewelry was sparkling, and she was interactive. So, forget about the voice. Voices aside, okay? We're going to put the voices aside. Ashanti put on a show. It was very polished. If I'm gonna pay you, at least Swiss Beats got his money's worth with Ashanti.
Yeah.
Keyshia, on the other hand, she claimed she was backstage, but she wouldn't come out. She said, I was backstage, but I wouldn't come out because OT Genesis said they got to get that internet fixed first. See, that's where you went wrong. Listen to OT Genesis. They called your mama a crackhead. Why are you listening to him?
Where's his baby mama at?
Let me play her response, y'all. I'm gonna share my screen, and then I'm gonna play the response. Let me see here.
You gotta look at the scowl right now.
Let me hold on. I'm gonna reload it.
She look angry.
Wait a minute. Why isn't this working?
The volume, the volume is crossed out on the video.
I know, but it won't let me click on it. See how it keeps moving? It keeps jumping to the top, which is where, okay, wait a minute. I think I have to come out and go back in. Hold on. I think I know what's wrong. By the way, I'm on the Neighborhood Talks Instagram page. If you're not following them, please do. See how it keeps jumping?
I see that.
Weird.
It's the Lord telling us we don't need to hear that.
Right. Because her spirit ain't sent from heaven.
The lies.
Okay, let me see if I can get it to work without sharing. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen first and see if I can get it to work.
That's a shame.
Okay, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of people.
Okay, so I'm gonna come back over here and see if I think it shuts off. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, we can hear. We don't have to see her.
Yeah,
okay, good. Okay.
No, it was a lot of people. They said it was the highest rated Verzuz or whatever, which I really do appreciate. And it was a lot of people. I was like nervous about that, to say the least. Yeah. But more so than anything, I want to apologize for not sitting my ass in that seat. Okay, because I was there. And I should have sat down. I should have just sat in the seat, no matter if I felt like, the visual wasn't clear or, they said my music wasn't going to be right or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? I think that more so than anything, people wanted me to sit. Be present, even though they didn't know that I was present.
Right.
But
can you tell why it might have appeared that she weren't present? What was going on? Because I want people why you might get off to the side when the thing started, but you couldn't come into frame. And in terms of branding,
well, I just felt like when I was sitting there, and I'm really thankful that OT was there. I want to give a shout out to OT Genesis because when I was literally in the back and I was, you know, putting on my last touches or whatever, and I'm looking at the video from back, you know, like in my dressing room. We did it at the studio, and I said, why does my picture look so dark?
Right.
And so soon as that happened, OT came back and said, you know, they got to fix like the internet connection because you're going to be experiencing another situation, you know, like when Teddy Riley went, you know, and it was like the picture wasn't clear, the visual wasn't clear, you know, the sound wasn't good. So I was really skeptical about that.
Right.
Skeptical about that. I was just like, I don't want to go on and they not see me and I'm looking blurry. The connection is not right and everything like that. I said, y'all need to fix that first and then I'm gonna go out there. And then it turned into a thing where it was like, okay, well, the sound that we had originally discussed was gonna be, you know, the sound. They said that they couldn't have that sound anymore. So I had to use some, you know, Beats by Dre headphones. And I was just like, that's just like going on stage and you got to use some, you know, like a little ear pod or whatever. And I was just like, okay, that ain't going to be right. But I was like, forget it. I said, just let me go ahead, you know, and give me the ear pods. And then I'm going to just go on like that. And then I went on. And yeah, I was, you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm Keyshia Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like, people know that I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like, that's just the bottom line. That's the type of person I am. Right. But once I got there and I sat in the seat and we said I don't even think that, you know, that has anything to do with anything. Honestly, I don't really think, I don't really think it plays any major part on what's going on here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I still showed up to do the show. It wasn't nothing about, you know, my immediate friends and my immediate family and Verzuz and people that were like, you know, a part of the situation knows what's going on. But other than that, it wasn't, I don't think it had really any significance on what actually transpired and took place. So,
right. Because everybody,
I was like nervous. But I always get nervous. Like no matter what show I do, like I did a million shows and literally every show that I ever have, when I first go out, I'm always nervous. Like that's not even like I'm not shocked at myself for being nervous.
Yeah, so I'm glad we get to clear it up because I know that's like you're still human, even though you're and you.
Yeah, they said they could tell I was nervous. Like the first 3 songs, I know y'all know I was nervous. Like I kept asking them too. I was like, "Do I look nervous?" They was like, "No, you fine, you fine." I'm like, "Are y'all sure?" It's like, "Girl, you're fine. Relax." I was like, "All right."
And I'm just glad that like you pulled up because you know there was so many things that you're dealing with that you could have canceled, but you didn't. I just want to say that as your, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know what goes on behind, and there were so many reasons why you canceled, and the good of the Verzuz and for the good of what was happening.
I was like nervous. I was like, but I always get nervous.
Always know you to be that person to just no matter what 10 times down, you're just gonna pull up. I feel sorry for you that because of that, because you put yourself in that predicament that you're dealing with a lot of the backpack.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
I really mean that just from our conversations, I don't know how far we go, but just in case, just in terms of there are a lot of reasons why people have canceled before. You were dealing with some of those things and you didn't cancel. And a lot of people, I feel like we have to be empathetic and we have to be sympathetic towards artists and what it takes to go out there and just how we gotta wear our heart on our sleeve. Wear your heart on the sleeve.
They said you need to fix your mic because they can't really hear you.
Oh, they can't hear me?
I mean, I can hear you. It just sounds like you keep going in and out. Like that was gonna be the connection I would have had at.
That's always know you to be that person to just no matter what 10 times down, you're just gonna pull up. I feel sorry for you that
Verzuz battle. That would have been exactly what it was.
That with the music.
I was not about to have that, bro. I was like, no, we're gonna fix this connection vibe because.
And if I'm not, is it not true that OT had to come and fix the Wi-Fi?
No, yeah, he definitely said, he was like, man, nah, you're not going out like that. We got to make sure, you know what I'm saying? You got to make sure the connection is right. We can't have that. And I was like, that is so cool. Like, that was what's up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, people was, you know, maybe, but you know, for him to apologize and us to work it out, and we, you know, we both apologize. Like, it's all good. Like, it's not, nobody want to focus on hate and not liking one another for 2021. It's just, I mean, you know, there's certain people that you just can't get along with, but then there's certain people that it's good. Like, we on good energy, we good with positivity, we all good. So that's all I really wanted to come on here and say, because I think I deserve, you know, they just this battle. That would have been exactly what it was.
That with the music.
All right, y'all. So y'all heard all of that?
A bunch of nothing.
Yeah.
Worse than a man.
Ninja lip.
These people going in on me on the chat. Why are you paying attention to what's going on up here?
What? Princess didn't do nothing to y'all. Y'all just hate us.
Oh my goodness. You know, I'm not buying. She sat in her dress for an hour and a half while this show was live. I mean, isn't it written into your contract that you are expected to get on that, you know, stage when they're live? When they say go, it's time to go. I don't know. I'm not buying it. And who is OTJ? How all of a sudden they become such good friends?
Why wasn't he with his baby mama?
He only had one good song. So
everybody mad.
Beyonce put it in Homecoming.
Yes.
Can we say this? Can we say the obvious? That girl got a permanent scowl. Now, I love Keyshia and I rooted for Keyshia, but she's another K Michelle.
Yes.
And got nothing but breakup songs, nothing but mean songs. You see, that's why I agree with y'all. Her and Ashanti, even though they're on the same level of singing, their music category is two different categories, because Ashanti got more of love making music, you know, lovey-dovey music, and even if it's like heartbreak music, it's not like trashing the guy. Now, K Michelle and Keyshia Cole's catalog is trashing guy. That's their category. When they mad and they upset, let me go in on him, which is, you know, that's how you feel. But I felt like their categories are two different categories. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even compare her to her, because she's more like a Nicki Minaj. She's a feature.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have her own real songs. I mean, like, you can't name a real Ashanti song.
Yes, I can.
That you listen to
Rain on Me
in 2020, 21.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Or 2020. That you've been like, oh yeah, I still listen to this. She's a feature.
I listen to Baby regularly. I listen to Foolish. I also, though, am stuck in like between like 90s and early 2000s, maybe late 2000s music and 80s. This new stuff don't do nothing to me, because I love R&B, and there's nobody really carrying the R&B torch right now. But so I listen to Baby. I listen to Rain on Me. I actually don't listen to her features.
Ashanti's career was built off of features.
And that's what I'm saying. I actually don't even listen to her features anymore, because I very rarely listen to Ja Rule. So like, I don't listen to her features. I listen to more of her individual hits than her stuff with Ja Rule. So to me, I agree with Monica. You know, if we have to pick a winner, it's Ashanti. She did show up at least before the hour was over, and she was at least trying to sing along and give a good show. Every time I turned to that mess, when Keyshia Cole did show up, she was rubbing on the mic and swinging that weave around. She wasn't singing. She wasn't trying to sing. I love her second album. Keyshia Cole's second album will always be in my rotation.
Yeah.
That I remember. I mean, yeah, Bishop was right. It's some sad love songs, and Sister got me through a good breakup in 2005, 2006. And I love the one that she did with Diddy last night. I turned last night, and I was like, "Oh, that's my." And she just up there.
I'm all cried out, have nothing to say.
Singing, girl, what are you doing? Diddy was in the chat, and she was just rubbing on the mic and flipping hair. I'm like, this is not what this is. Like, what are you doing?
And she ruined my favorite song.
That it was a mismatch, but Verzuz, I love it. I love it because I'm a music lover. I love it because it saved a lot of us during quarantine. It brought me out of a lot of hard times during quarantine just because I love music. And I'm like, man, this is so dope. But I really want them to get back to kind of where it started, which was producer versus producer. It's very hard to make good matchups. I think a lot of the different artist verses have been mismatched because a lot of people don't, with the exception of maybe E40 and Too Short, the Gucci and the Jeezy. But a lot of them, I'm like,
I'm waiting for Little Kim and Nicki Minaj.
No, it gotta be Little Kim and Foxy Brown. We
That's
gotta
what
do.
I said,
Yeah. No, they do. Oh, they do. And then their beef, from the 90s.
Yeah.
And those two were
not even the
a
same
matchup.
catalog.
That's the only person that Little Kim should go against is
Foxy.
But Foxy ain't got enough.
No, she does. She got
Why do you think she got him? She got his, but not enough for Kim, though.
Yes,
Kim was busting the lip with the mints, though.
She do. Okay, so Debonair, you had a point. You said Ashanti is a feature singer. I need y'all to comment in the chat. Do you think Ashanti's a feature singer? I think I know what you mean. I wouldn't call her a feature singer, but she does too many collabs. Her hit records consist of too many collabs. Is that what it is?
Can I explain that?
Yeah.
So the reason why I feel like that is because Ashanti's first album, it was Ashanti. But after that, we really didn't get a lot of just Ashanti anything. And I'm from that era, so I was in like high school at that time. So there was around the time where Ashanti was like making her own personal songs, where it was we were like, we got to turn this Ashanti things on. It was like, oh, Ashanti's on this, Ashanti's on that, and she was with Murder Inc. at that time. So she was like a feature girl. It's a Nicki Minaj for me. Like it's like. They're the same kind of people. They thrived off of that, which is nothing wrong with that. But they thrived in that, and it was good for their career for me.
Oh, I get what you're saying. It makes them stay relevant.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I get it. That makes sense. Princess, what do you think of Keyshia's apology? Are you buying it? Does it make sense to you?
Again, I'm one of the oldest ones in the room. I used to want to be a professional singer. Back then, I was doing background singing. First of all, by the time Keyshia came on the scene, they had started to get away from that. You needed to have some media training, first of all, to learn how to speak. It was imperative that you were on time for your gigs, or it would be some smoke in the city. You would get a lawsuit. There were a lot of things in etiquette that you had to follow. And I think Ashanti, and it was evident during the verses that Ashanti used her etiquette and media training in that versus Keyshia Cole. I wasn't looking that hard, so I didn't notice that the girl, everybody said she was high and drunk and just all over the place and couldn't sit down. And her attitude was bad because I just wasn't engaged in it. But I noticed she kept mumbling stuff, and I'm like, girl, just sang the song. And then she was uncomfortable because they had to speed through it because then they took a break. I'm like, you just got to work 15 minutes ago. How you taking a break? It's a problem. So, and Keyshia Cole I like a lot of her songs, but it seems like she just don't have no joy in her life. And they never had no joy in her life from her childhood. And it started to come out in that situation.
Now, Ashley Hairston has a comment because I've seen it's funny how people see one thing and another person sees another thing. I saw the opposite. Ashley says, I thought Ashanti was standoffish. Keyshia was singing along with Ashanti's music and giving her props while Ashanti was in her phone and talking to other people every time Keyshia sang. I didn't see that. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I did.
It's the opposite to me. I saw Ashanti giving Keyshia props, and Keyshia seemed like, I don't know, she was looking down at one point, fixing her thing, and then she was singing over Ashanti. She was singing along the Ashanti songs, but too loud, like too much. It was like,
it wasn't even doing it on her own.
Yeah, it was her song to sing like that. I was just like, huh?
What I've seen, I agree with what she's saying. I know what she was saying. I think Ashanti just got fed up and just started doing her own thing when it wasn't her time. Because after a while, Keyshia was being disrespectful. She was getting up. She was doing this and that. And after a while, Ashanti, which I respect better, you couldn't hear her talk, though. Keyshia, when she was talking, I heard her talking while Ashanti was singing. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, are you really kidding me? You're going to be talking over this girl. You were already just late just 5 minutes ago, and you already talking over her. Really?
I thought that they were both friends. Like, I thought that's why they actually...
They're not. They don't get along. And they, Swiss Beats said that with Timberland on the live, they do not get along. He said he referred back to Gucci Mane and what's that? Jeezy. He said, you know, even though they had their issues, yes, it started off rough, but by the end, you know, because Jeezy checked them, was like, look, dude, we too old for that. You know what I'm saying? Put that to the side, whatever. They chilled out by the end and they was able to do it. They don't like each other for whatever reason.
No, because one of them reached out in the live of someone else's Verzuz and said, I think it was Keyshia Cole saying Ashanti, what's up? Like, she reached out to her during the live of another Verzuz.
Well, that's not what they're saying on their live. That they said they've had artists come in that do not like each other, but they're able to put their issues aside for the culture. And they didn't appreciate that someone would come in so disrespectful. Number one, you're late. Number two, you didn't say you were sorry. And number three, you had no acknowledgement of what you were doing at the time. And it was past disrespectful. And Swiss said, this will never happen again. Because we're not going to deal with this. You're either going to be on time or we're just not going to do it. But at the same time, y'all been doing CPT time since this has started.
Ooh. But never this late. I mean, we've never seen a Verzuz start an hour and a half late.
But Monica, with the sponsors that they have, it should not even be late.
Yeah, it should. Because let me tell you, I do setups for like concerts. You know what I mean? And I made sure I have my equipment in the building when I'm renting it, and it's there like 12 that noon. The thing don't even start until like 7 or 8. And I make sure I do mic check 2 hours before. And I'm there early and I'm the last person out the building. So it was no reason for them to be late like that, because I had the artists show up, you know, and people that are singers, whatever, they show up so they can do their mic check and hear their sound with the musicians. Now, I don't know what Keyshia was thinking. I don't know what I think Ashanti, she probably was waiting on Keyshia. And I would give her the benefit of the doubt on this because she came out professional. Now that I'm rethinking it, she probably was like, "Oh, I'm still waiting on her in the back," because she the one that she came out first, and she came out with a positive attitude, and she probably like, "Where's Keyshia?" Because she kept saying that, so she probably thought it was time to go ahead and start. But Keyshia Cole, I don't know, sister, you made the Bay Area look bad. You made it look real bad.
Seriously, like a real gig. Like, I just don't
get paid.
Seriously, is that?
And Monica, I don't know who that was interviewing her, but I just want our people to stop and not hold each other accountable. He said that mess talking about she said it, one of them, we don't need this hate in 2020, 2021. Criticism is not hate. Criticism is an honest feedback of stuff you need to change. Keyshia's whole attitude in that apology, and it wasn't an apology, it was a bunch of excuses, was that at least I showed up and did it. No, ma'am. We don't, you're getting too old for this. We don't do participation trophies in this arena, boo. You don't get at least I came. No, actually, you could have stayed at home. I would have preferred to just sit there and keep listening to Ashanti singing "Oh Baby" and singing this Tevin Campbell and everybody else that she was singing to, if you were going to come out there and act like that. Like, it was horrible. And
but you know what? That was a classic example of coddling and enabling. If he didn't say that, she wouldn't like him, and she probably wouldn't have given him that, interview. He only got it because he kisses her ass, obviously. And you see in that interview, he made a statement like, something about feedback. He was talking about public feedback, right? I'm mad. I'm so upset that people, they don't really know you and they, you know, the feedback and they were judging you. She's like, who was judging me? What feedback? See, these people live in a bubble. Girl, do you not get on the internet and see what everybody's saying about you? How unprofessional you look, how late you were. She goes, what feedback? What are you talking about? And then he tried to switch it up and said, no, what I mean is I'm mad that people don't know you like I know you, know the backstory, you know, why it happened. It was like, yeah.
I just think it's, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I just think it's all BS. They were in separate places. So if she was having technical difficulties for that long, her DJ should have gotten on the mic and said, y'all, we're here. We're ready to go. We're trying to fix the display for Keyshia. We're trying to fix the sound for Keyshia. You say something. You don't just have
there. She wasn't there. She's lying her ass off. She wasn't there.
She wasn't there. She was just putting on her shoes when they started it. And she had to drive 2 hours across town.
It was about the main problem. This was postponed 2 times.
Because it wasn't needed.
Why were you not getting this together?
That's
the other
thing.
I want to say this, and Princess said earlier, there's no PR training no more with these artists. All you got to do is be half naked, have a following, and that's it. They put you out here. There's no PR training. There's no way to teach you how to respect people online. They talk crazy to their fans. They do all this crazy stuff. The structure that got away from the 80s and the 90s, where you had to actually have talent. When you came into the record company, they wanted you to sing right there and then. It wasn't sing. You had to have talent. The talent and the respect is gone out of the music industry, and this is why I don't listen to this new stuff. Don't ask me who they are, because I don't know who they are. But that was unprofessional, and it goes to show you there is no PR training anymore, and it is needed bad. Bad.
Yeah.
For the people who listen to Swiss and Tim talk, did they give any explanation on why they weren't together? Because from my understanding, once they got the big deal with Apple and Ciroc and all of that, they made people start doing it together to cut down on these so-called technical issues, because they were very upset after the whole Teddy Riley Babyface thing, and very upset after who else had bad technical difficulties? Nelly and Ludacris, 112 and Jagged Edge. So they were like, we're not doing that anymore. If y'all want to do it, we're going to test everybody, have everybody on the same set and get it done. And it's been working very well since then. I don't know why they weren't in the same place.
COVID.
Well, COVID.
How's it been going on?
Ashanti had the Rona. That's the last time they canceled it.
But
she got tested and was negative again. I don't understand, child. Okay.
Swiss Beats went off on this whole thing on his YouTube page today.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So, what did he say? Did you watch? What did he say?
I didn't watch it. I just saw the headlines when you had inboxed me today. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but he went off about it. It said, I'm looking at the title. It says Swiss Beats goes off about things he didn't like about Keyshia on Ashanti's verses.
You're breaking up, so Debonair, a little bit. Your internet, baby.
Oh, it says Swiss Beats goes off about things he didn't like in Keyshia Cole.
Oh. I think it was the same live that he did with Timberland is what somebody probably uploaded to YouTube. Yeah. I think
what I heard originally was that I guess the TV was blurry a little bit, or the weak signal with the internet, and it just wasn't adequate for Keyshia. They didn't say anything about OT Genesis, that she wasn't satisfied with the way it looked and sounded. So she refused to come out until they got it together.
And I did see somebody in the chat said that they went to one of her concerts and she did that at one of the concerts. So that lets me know you have a pattern, ma'am, and this is your spirit.
Really quick, I just want to say thank you, Kivo, for the super chat. We appreciate you. I'm sorry, so Debonair, go ahead.
I just want to know who on the panel and even down in the conversation who had high expectations for this.
I didn't care about it, so
I forgot that was happening.
I didn't even know they rescheduled it.
Yeah, I didn't know it was happening until everybody said to me, can you move your live because can you reschedule? Verzuz is tonight. So then I went to the neighborhood talk, because that's like, you know, if something's going on, the neighborhood talk on Instagram's gonna have it. And they didn't have anything. And I'm like, Verzuz, are y'all sure? What Verzuz?
Everybody forgot because they didn't care.
I was like, what is, huh? It really took me a minute to look and find and dig deep to find it someplace. And I'm like, oh. And then somebody said it was canceled. And then Ples said, no, it's not canceled. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness. So after the Verzuz, Keyshia's half sister, one of Frankie's daughters, the one that I think she lives in Oakland, if I'm not mistaken. She was adopted by a whole nother family, but then when they had their reality show, they found her and got back in touch with her. She got mad and she went on a rant because she didn't like the fact that Keyshia had made up with OT Genesis and that, you know, he was in the live and they were laughing together, which is so silly, y'all. I mean, you have to forgive people. You got to move on. We're beyond this at this point. But let me go ahead and play the sister's response. But before I do that, Stout, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Keyshia Cole is a troubled soul. Ain't that the truth? Well, she's Frankie's child. You know, that DNA. No shade. No shade. Let's keep it all family. We can keep it real. Mm-hmm. You know, Frankie has some demons on her. She's that monkey on her back still to this day. And you know, Keyshia was acting like a crackhead that on the Verzuz. I'm sorry, she really was, and I hate to say it that way, but that's just how
I had a Molly. You never know.
She's so. All I have to say to that, she's so caught up.
Is it that Molly water?
Yeah, Molly water. I don't know, but the outfit wasn't fitting right. You show up late, then you need a cigarette break 15 minutes later. To me personally, she was moving around a lot. She just didn't seem polished or prepared. Or maybe that's just typically what she does. And Ashanti was so polished and so prepared, it just made her look bad. I don't know.
Well, I think
it's a little bit of both. She couldn't sit down. I mean, that outfit was too tight. She was like, I can't stand up.
Well, didn't nobody tell her to squeeze into that knowing she gained 30 pounds of COVID weight? We didn't tell her to do that.
And then she said she was trying to have fun, and she goes, I was being interactive. You saw me get up and whining. You were not whining, boo-boo. That's not whining. No, ma'am.
She was whining.
Yeah.
She was whining.
Jamaican wine. No. That's not it. I've seen Jamaican people whine. That was not it.
Monica, what did you think about the cigarette break after they had already been late?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. She may not be, you know, a crackhead, but she was acting very cracky. I'm sorry.
Crack-ish.
Crack-ish.
Just a little bit of ish.
They was back there smoking, and she was mad she couldn't hit that blunt. She was like, hold on, fam. They smoking all my
I was on social media, like they took a break.
Right. And when they took a break, I logged off. I said I need to go take a shower. I got things to do because as soon as you go on that break,
500,000 people logged off.
Yeah, they left because you're like, what kind of break is this? You was late to work.
Look, when I first saw when one of the times I logged in and I saw 1.1 million, because I never thought that they would get as close to Brandy and Jeezy as they did. I refuse to believe that they were the highest. I don't think their numbers got over Jeezy, Gucci, and Brandy Monica. But I started thinking about what Monica was talking about, them people who be out there paying for views. I was like, how many robots in here viewing this? Ain't no 1.1 million live people watching Ashanti and Keyshia.
We like train wrecks.
I don't think that was bots. So I think that because there was so many issues going on, people started logging on because they want to see the mess that was going on.
Yes.
They started getting late. People started logging on like so they can comment on social media like, oh, because you saw Bernie Sanders was sitting in their seat. Like it was Now we're having a versus battle, but for the shadiness of it all.
Yeah, whose joke was that? Was that Cedric the Entertainer from Kings of Comedy? Whoever it was, when they was like, when black people gonna break, they break. You gotta go looking for them. That's how that was. You was looking for them. Y'all seen Keyshia and Ashanti? Get them back on the
They took the break, and when they came back, they was like, well, we gonna get cut off because we've been on Instagram too long.
Then Swiss was arguing in the comments with people. People was even the celebrities was going back and forth cracking. I said, this is ridiculous.
I was dragging him for filth the first hour on IG because it said, "How dare you waste my precious time?" I wanted to reminisce high school. I want to reminisce it. Okay, Ashanti came out when I was in 9th grade. And I remember her when she finally came out with the Concrete Rose when I was a senior, and that album was fire. I'm sorry, Concrete Rose was fire. I like that album, but Kevin O'Reilly did that album.
Sorry, Bishop. I'm gonna go ahead and play Keyshia Cole's sister's response after the verses. Let me share my screen. Let me see if this will work now. Let's see if this works. It's not playing, huh? Okay, let me just play it. Let me stop sharing my screen and just play it from my computer where everyone can hear it.
Tell y'all where it went left.
Here we go. Hold on a second. You know, technology can be a pain in the butt. Hold on. I don't know why it's doing that, but give me a minute.
Well, we know you ain't gonna have us wait no hour to get it.
Oh my goodness.
That's taking me out. That said, and we go on break. We go on break.
I be breaking like that at home and I work from home.
Look, schoolboy, don't have me over here telling on myself.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, who gonna check me, boo?
Allegedly, your job be watching allegedly. I changed my mind. I don't love you no more.
All right, here we go.
Let me just tell y'all where it went left for me. Cause you know I'm motherfucking Keyshia to the day I motherfucking need. But when you let a nigga hug you, that guy on the internet joking about selling your mama motherfucking crap, that's when I gotta take a step back. Bitch, that's a no-go for me. You can't touch me, you can't breathe on me, I don't give a fuck about what none of y'all gotta say. Don't touch me if you brag about or laugh about selling my motherfucking mama. The bitch who birthed us. The reason why y'all got Keyshia is because Frankie didn't give up. Let's be clear about this motherfucking shit. Frankie got 7 motherfucking children. Okay. She ain't got 1. Because I think you... Let me just...
Okay. So that was Elite, one of Frankie's daughters. Frankie has 3 daughters, Keyshia, Elite, and Nefertiti. So that y'all remember Elite from their
that's the youngest one.
From their reality show. Do y'all remember her?
It was too many kids, so I tuned out.
She had some boys too, but I guess the show producers went out and found all the kids. Neffy wasn't missing. They knew where Neffy was. And of course they knew Keyshia, right? Because she was a celebrity, but they had to go find Elite because she was adopted, you know. Frankie was deep into the life. She's still using, but she's not that deep into the life. I remember recently, like maybe a year ago, Keyshia was out on Skid Row looking for Frankie. I mean, it's bad, you know.
Yeah, she relapsed.
Can you do something, Monica? Because I was kind of confused as to what she even said. What was she saying?
She was mad because OT Genesis. Okay, remember when OT Genesis did the remake of Keyshia's song? What was that song that he remade that she had? Which one?
Love,
right. But he changed the lyrics into gang lyrics, and he was saying "cuz," because you know that cuz the Crips use cuz blah blah blah. So he was saying cuz, and he changed all the lyrics, and it went viral, right? Everybody, it went viral, and it was a cute little thing that he did. But she was very upset. She was very upset, and I think she hit him with the papers, the cease and desist. He had to remove it from all platforms. That's one thing to remake someone's song. Turn it into a gangbanging anthem, and then you put it on streaming platforms to profit off of it. Same thing with Jacquees when he remade what's the girl name? The girl from England. Right, thank you. When he remade her song, his version was better. Don't get me wrong now. Jacquees'
his crying, yodeling self.
I love girl. Don't. We gonna fight. We gonna have our.
We gonna fight because
Jacquees is my baby. Ooh, he can
karaoke.
Monica
can. Now, it's a shame that he's only 4'3", but he can sing. He can sing.
He's at the right height, Monica.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's close to being, you know. Had they
he's sitting in a chair like this.
His version of LMA's song was really good to me. I really liked it. But then he took it and put it on streaming platforms and was making money. You can't do that now. You're taking it too far. You took it. So Keyshia, and then they got into this big social media war, and OT Genesis was calling Frankie a crackhead and all kinds of names. And it was and Neffy jumped into it. It got real ugly for about a good week. And so that's what Elite's talking about. You can't hug anybody. You call my mother a crack. So, but he joked around about saying he sold Frankie crack. You know, it was a joke. I don't think he really did. Did he?
He probably did. You know, it's California.
Elite Messages was brought to you by all the liquors that was on the corner in a blow and a puff.
Well, she's mad about that. She's mad. She's like, well, how could you be around him? I know MF couldn't hug me. Come on, girl, grow up. I mean, seriously.
Can we be real about this? Let's stop acting like she ain't on the stuff. Come on now. Keyshia one that exploited her first on TV.
Yeah.
So you should be mad at Keyshia. But since BT cut all y'all check, ain't nobody mad at Keyshia for exploiting the fact that she's on drugs. Now that we know your family business, when it's a low blow, it ain't like, oh, we're making this up. Like we didn't hear it. Like we didn't see her, going around looking real dusty. So are you trying to act like our eyes can't unsee what we saw?
She just needs some more therapy. She's immature. Now, my brother's family is some addiction all up and through there. And I kid you not, one day I was fooling with them folks over there, and I had a package come. And I was looking for my package. It was some paper from Office Depot or something. This is years ago. And the package came up dirty, and it was heavy. And they give it to me. And so his cousin is a crackhead. God rest her soul. Her boyfriend was a crackhead. I don't know what he had. But I opened the box, and it was a dirty carburetor or something in there. I could tell it had been tampered with. And it was like, this what came. I said, Negro, I'm being nice. I said, Negro, this is from Office Depot. They don't sell this shit over here at Office Depot. You tell me a crackhead joke about crack, that's my family. I'm not gonna let you do nothing to it. But if they do crack, they do crack. Get over it and move on with your life. They do funny stuff. Crackheads do funny stuff. I was mad that day. I almost threw that. I was like, you gotta go find my stuff. You done smoked up my paper and then sold it on the street. They do that kind of stuff now somewhere.
They sure do. They sure. I hate to make fun of addiction, but it is what it is, And for Elite to come out, I think she was just looking for a moment to have something to say because nobody was talking about her. This had nothing to do with her.
Your late sister. Say something about Beyonce would never do that to her people or something. I said, see, there you gonna get them beehive. You better leave that alone.
Why would you?
I don't know her.
With Beyonce.
Because I guess there was the comment a long time ago about the Beyonce thing, Keyshia Cole, something like that, and so she made it. Well, Beyonce wouldn't have made. I was like, why is
leave Beyonce out of this?
Last my check, Beyonce tripped and fell down the stairs and got right back up and started dancing on her first steps. She fell down them stairs on her concert, and that was the beginning of the show. And I bet you she was on time.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Beyonce has whole productions and are always on time, but Keyshia Cole nor Ashanti are on Beyonce's level. So I
don't know her.
Ashanti would have been there if it were never for Murder Inc. messing her up.
But wait,
she started to get it together with them Dance on Concrete Roads. I told y'all that album go hard, and then when Murder Inc. fell apart, I just like God bless her soul, man. It messed up her career.
Oh man, please, that first album was trash.
Don't Ashanti got a song called "Always on Time"?
Tori, thank you so much for the super chat. She says Bow Wow's comment was dry. What was his comment?
Bow Wow's comment was trash. And I would like to I had it on my page, Monica. I think you liked it. He had in the comments before Keyshia Cole showed up, he said she was never this late when I'd call her over. For all men that are like Bow Wow and like to brag on their what's in slick way, you're trash. It's LDE. It's LDE.
It's like Megan Thee Stallion. When I found out she slept with Tory Lanez, I was crushed. Because I was crushed. Like, first of all, I love Megan Thee Stallion, right? Like, I love her. And, she's a Southern gal. She's a big girl. She's a stallion. She's a real life stallion. But I'm going to tell y'all something. One of my daughters had a birthday party. And this is before she became like big, like maybe like a year before she really took off and the world really knew her. And she invited my daughter and her friends up in the studio with them. And they hung out and they went on social media and they did shout outs with them. They didn't charge us anything. She just found out it was my daughter's birthday and she's like, come meet me at the, come to the studio. And she was in our city. So it was like, let me tell you, ever since then, I just love that girl. I really, really love her. And then I found out she slept with Tory Lanez and it was like, what? Like to me, Tory Lanez is a dirty roach and a short one. I mean, you can't, ain't nothing worse than a dirty and a short roach. Oh my God.
He liked him because he was short and he was at the right height.
It's like, Megan, you a hot girl. Like, oh, girl, no.
Look, I never understand why people like what people, but people like what they like. Sometimes when you're hanging out with people, women are always, I think, different from men in a sense that it may not be a man that they're initially attracted to, but the more they spend time together, if he's funny, if he's, catering to her, they drink enough, whatever happens. My issue is men who pillow talk are beyond trash. I mean, like, and not even pillow talk, because that wasn't pillow talk. You're trying to out a woman for something that happened years ago. Like, that is beyond lame and LDE. And I need Bow Wow to do better. He is always doing this type of attention-seeking crap. He's actually making, when I commented on it on my social media, one of my friends was like, girl, did you see, he had a conversation with his mom on Love and Hip Hop, not Love and Hip Hop. What's that show they got? Growing Up Hip Hop, where he's actually, his next album, he's going to name every song after a woman he has slept with in the industry. Like, how trash are you? Like, it's like he keeps trying to remind people, I was with Sierra. Sierra has moved on 2, 3, 4 times beyond bigger and better, sir. You may have had her once, but that is, it's just Angela Simmons. Like, he keep getting women. Joey. Every time I look at Joey, I'm like, baby, and I'm not gay, but I'm like, girl, you are fine as fine can get. What did you ever see in this man? Ever? Their child is gorgeous, but
cloud chasing.
Players, what did you say the last live we did together? You said there was a group called Mocha Steph, and they said you may have had her once, but I had
Yeah, that's old school right there.
I mean, who would really just acknowledge him? He's short. I mean, seriously.
Well, you guys know he's from Columbus, Ohio. That's where I'm from. And when he actually got big at that time, he was a little kid. They made a big deal out of him for a little while, but he moved to Atlanta and he kind of like stopped representing Columbus. and they just let him go. They were like, we don't support him because you're not from Atlanta, you're from Ohio, you're not saying anything about it. And he wasn't even from the actual city. He was from like a suburbs of Ohio. So of course.
Oh, okay.
After that, they stopped supporting him.
He just does too much, and I liked Romeo better when you were popular anyway.
But Romeo is spoiled and privileged too. He gets on my nerve. He always want to run to his daddy for everything. Do you 34 years old? Please grow up. I think him and Bow Wow need to grow up because we've all grown up. We're past that, sir. I need you to stop being stupid. And I did briefly look at that episode, but I think Bow Wow's problem is his mother as well. She enables that type of behavior. His father was also an alcoholic, so you put all of that together. He's a very hurt little boy.
He is.
He really needs therapy.
Big time. Yeah, he has unresolved issues, and his mother spoils him and enables him. And he's short, so can we just get off of him?
Can y'all stop riding short people? Because
how tall are you, Monica?
I think.
Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Oh, that makes sense. You like my mom. Y'all got that height complex. They be like, oh, he's short. Like every woman I know 5'7", they always say, oh, he's short. And then my sister 5'5", so she's like, oh, he really short. He's shorter than me.
Yeah. Schoolboy, don't take offense. As a woman, you don't. Unfortunately, it's a double standard. It is. As a woman, being short is way different than being a man.
It's different. It's different.
No, it's a double standard in my community too. Don't think because it's on the other side. It's different. It's the same thing.
No,
so I normally everybody that I date is taller than me. They crack jokes. They right now cracks jokes, but it's just like we're not all bad. But when you have a few out there that's bad like that, it makes it all look bad for all of us.
Exactly. Yes, and a few have left a bad taste in my mouth. It's like
I understand, right? I don't like you at the right height. That's all you got.
Look. I like my women tall.
That Napoleon syndrome.
I do. I don't care. I'm 6'3". I'm tired of bending down. My ex-girlfriend, one of them, she was 5 foot, and I'm 6'3". So I'm like, dang, I gotta sit down and hug you. Yeah, it's too much.
That young man that I talked to, I'm only 5'2", 5'3" on a good day, and he's 6'5". So he's like this all the time.
Right.
He got a brother, cousin, princess.
Yes,
all right,
and nothing wrong with spider monkey. Just climb.
I climb trees now.
Oh, you love to climb trees. I see you. Okay. All right, now. All my cousins from Dallas, they're like 6'6" and stuff.
Santivia said, I'm 5'2". They better be taller than me, or else it's going to be a problem.
Right. That's like taller than me.
Oh my goodness. All right, so where were we? My goodness. Let's talk about the beefs now, because they were beefing throughout this whole thing, right? Yeah, I mean, the attitudes, the shade throwing. There was one point where they were debating who goes first. See, I think Keyshia had just finished her set, and then she wanted to go again. And Ashanti was like, hold up. It's my turn. You're not going again. Let's talk about that. Plaz, what was your reaction to that?
Well, again, now that is when I thought that what everybody was saying, that Keyshia may have been drunk or otherwise influenced, kind of made sense. Because I'm like, girl, if you've ever watched these, which we know you have because we've seen you in the comments and other verses, you know that after the intermission or whatever, it flips. Whoever went first the first time goes second, and the other person goes first. So I was just like, again, it was her attitude that was so off, and the way she was saying it, and that's where Ashanti was the winner, again, because she was like laughing and putting her in her place at the same time. Like, no, the hell you ain't. Next, like Ashanti was giving it to her, like nice and nasty, real nice and nasty.
Was she serving her?
Schoolboy, what were your thoughts on their
I just
little?
wanted it to be over so I could go to sleep because my neighbor had the song up and it was really tearing my sleep pattern up, and the vocal cords and the struggle was real, and I was just tired. Like Monica was tired. Like I just wanted to go to bed. Like I got tired of all this screaming on my wall. Like it was terrible. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Ashanti was giving a little, karaoke vibe. She was it was she was. But then when Keyshia got on, I was just concerned, like, what was happening? What was happening? Was she getting shot or what? Stabbed? I don't know what was going on. She was screaming. Was it me or was it me?
It wasn't. It wasn't. And I see what you did there, Schoolboy, and I like it. I just want it to be over.
Yes.
Oh my God, Bishop, what were your thoughts on their little back and forth? Because Ashanti wasn't having it. She's from New York now. Don't play with New York girls, okay? Keyshia thought, she was acting, like I said, crackish. Really. You don't remember you just went? Like it happened like 3 minutes ago. You don't remember that?
See, I will say this. I'm gonna be fair. I like I did with the Bell collection, I had tuned out. So I didn't catch it. I wish I would have caught it. But Keyshia is just Keyshia, we were rooting for you over here. We were rooting for you, but you ruined it with your bad attitude. Like, can we stop with your bad attitude? And she's one of these chicks that moved to Atlanta and act like she wasn't from the Bay Area. And then moved to LA, and we didn't hear nothing from her when she moved to La La Land, when she was on Love and Hip Hop trying to get a check for what she did in her real life. But she needed that $1 million from Mona Scott Young, and she gladly collected that check. She should have came back for another season so she can make sure her taxes and bills are on point. I'm just saying.
Our teacup affiliate Marcella says she's in the chat. Shout out to Marcella. She said, I like them big black men. Don't want no short anything.
Okay, Miss Sally.
Hey, Miss Marcella. She knows what's up.
Big and black. You like it big and black, Marcella?
She like it big and black and all up on that.
Me too, sis.
Last week, she said, call me Sally.
Oh, my goodness. Thelma, thank you so much for the super chat. Ashanti handled that so well. She did. She laughed through it, but she was firm. She was like, no, you're not. You're not going. It's my turn. I'm next.
Ain't she from Staten Island?
She's from Long Island. Long Island. Long Island. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. And then there was another moment in that Verzuz where they started. Ashanti shouted out her mother, who's her manager. And she says, my momager in the building. And she said, hi. And then Keyshia said, I wish, what did she say? I wish my mama was a manager or my mama was here. Remember when she said that? Did y'all pick that up? Did you pick that up too? Ashanti said, shout out to my momager in the building. Her mom's her manager. She's been managing her for years. And then Keyshia said something like, I wish my mom was a manager or my mom was here or something like that. What did she say?
All these years and she still got mommy issues. Come on, girl. Go on. Y'all in counseling ain't working, honey. Come on.
I don't think she's been. Has she been in counseling? Like, those are issues that will not go away unless you actively work on them. And she has to get to the point where she's willing to mourn her childhood and accept it for what it was and accept Frankie who she is. And until she does that, she's always going to be floundering in that cycle. I hate to see it, though, because she's been in the industry since, what, 04, 05? So it's been like 17 years. Like, I hope the people that are around her are encouraging her to get some help, because it's going to continue to affect everything that she does until she confronts all of that. And I didn't hear her say that, but if she said it, that is very sad, but also very telling. She doesn't have the support, and Ashanti does. Ashanti's mama has. I'm like Bishop when he talks about Miss Diane and Portia, baby. Ashanti and her mama been some brick houses, baby. The whole family, the whole family fine. Go ahead, Ashanti and Ashanti mama and Ashanti sister.
Yeah, I gotta do a look like that, like I just cut an onion, like whoop, baby. My God. I'm like, there's some nice looking women.
And her mama was one who, like, I hate when I see these momagers that, use their children as well. Like, her mother was never that person. She made good decisions and invested wisely in the betterment of her child. She's dope. I like her.
Ashanti is a hard worker, though.
She is.
She's still touring, and she takes her craft seriously because she's not the best singer, but you
she's
can
a great
tell
songwriter.
She practices and she still gets vocal training and she works out. She's 40 years old.
Yes,
amazing. To me,
baby,
she looked really good. I was shocked that she was.
She got them body goals. She is.
She looks really good. Now I see what Irv Gotti was blowing that back out at one point while he was married.
I still wonder what Nelly was thinking. I'm sorry.
He wanted someone younger, and she wanted her career, and you know how it all goes. And
is Floyd Mayweather's leftovers that much younger?
Still there and still unmarried, still waiting.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think she's that much younger.
No, she's not. I think they're about the same age, if I'm not mistaken. They're around the same age. But when Nelly came in the picture, he wanted to fight Irv. Irv was like really upset because he felt that Ashanti was leaving him at his lowest point when Murder Inc. was being investigated by the feds and all that stuff. But you're a married man, I
was just gonna say these married men have all the audacity.
Oh,
yeah.
Was that what they were talking about on the show on the Growing Up Hip Hop in New York? Because he talked about why they had so many issues with her.
That was the woman he was talking about. Yeah. I don't know what she saw in that man. I mean, I guess it was just to advance her career. I mean, she used him. I mean, let's be real.
She did.
He was a super producer at the time. He owned the record label. Murder Inc. was the hottest thing on the streets. Ja Rule was popping. And I always felt somewhere in my heart that Ashanti and Ja Rule maybe had a little something. Maybe. I always felt that way. I don't know. The industry was kind of, yeah.
I don't feel bad for Irv. I don't think he was used, as the people say in the streets. Or even exchange ain't no robbery.
Yeah, thank you.
So
fair exchange ain't no robbery.
He was married. He was using his authority and influence over that nice young lady and putting false promises in her ear, selling her all types of dreams. It was an even exchange. It was what it was.
I think they use each other.
Yeah, they did. Absolutely. They use each other.
I'm just trying to get next to you.
Did y'all catch that shade that Ashanti gave when Keyshia Cole was getting ready to play last night? And she said that she was going to be signed to Puffy when she was 13.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it too.
Oh, it was a lot of shit going back and forth. If they were cool, I don't think they're cool anymore after this Verzuz.
Because the thing was that before this happened, the reason why people were saying they were doing it is because they were really good friends. They were talking about their birthdays were close. They're both Libras. Like there was a whole reason why.
Well, that scale tipped, didn't it?
That's the only reason why I even understood why they did it together, because I thought they were friends, because otherwise the matchup didn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but I mean, who else could go up against Keyshia Cole? To me, it was equal, in my opinion. Who else? Let's just debate it for a minute. Who else?
I don't think that Keyshia Cole should have went against Ashanti at all. I mean, I think that I saw something today. They were saying like Ashanti should have went up against like Carrie Hilson or something like that. Like Ashanti was good, but she didn't have like Ashanti and what's her name? Keyshia Cole didn't really have the same kind of music.
They didn't
at the same time, so it wasn't like we were all coming like, oh yeah, let's battle this out. Like it just didn't make any sense to me at all. Coming from that time, because I'm gonna tell you this: when I was in my senior year of high school, Keyshia Cole was on like a sample CD. She had that love song. her, it was Carrie Dennis, and it was a white guy who had a rap song, and I can't remember what his name was. Bubba Sparks, that's who it was.
Yeah.
MTV was going around with that CD. Ashanti had already been out at that time, so for me, I didn't understand it because I'm like, Ashanti should have went against someone who she probably could never battle with. Keyshia Cole had options to me because, I mean, one, they're already comparing her to Mary J. Blige. She's supposed to be the new Mary J. Blige for this generation. But with Ashanti, I didn't get it. So when they said that Ashanti and Keyshia Cole were friends, I was like, oh, maybe this is a friendship battle.
Right.
For that.
Yeah, it should have been K Michelle and
yes
and
Keyshia
Cole.
K in the chat. I could see K and Keyshia. That makes
absolutely.
K Michelle, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it makes more sense. And Ashanti should have been with I'm trying to think of this.
They saying Sierra. Both of them can't really say.
No, not Sierra.
It might have been Sierra can't sing to me at all. She's just a dancer. She's like Beyonce. She's a dancer, a performer.
Beyonce can sing though.
Yeah,
she can sing though. You know what I mean?
She can sing. That's
she can.
Yeah.
But Beyonce live like 4 times. She's a great performer. She's dynamic. Nobody can outperform Beyonce in my opinion. Nobody
said Maya.
But
Princess, this is what I was going to say. The only matchup that I would want to see is Maya and Sierra. I think that they would have a great matchup because their careers are very similar.
Yeah, but I thought more Maya and Ashanti would be more fitting.
Yeah, I can see that. But K Michelle, I think she can blow.
Yeah,
K Michelle,
she can sing.
She got some hits now. The first two albums.
They were.
I think my definition of what a versus is just very different than most people. One, you need 20 solid hits. Almost everybody that we're naming does not have 20 solid hits. Now, if you want to do like 2000s 90s singers and get Maya, Sierra, Nivea, and all of them up on the stage together versus like 90s one-hit wonders or something. But I'm sorry, Maya, I like I'm Moving On and a couple of others.
Case of the X, My Love Like Whoa.
What I'm saying is you can keep naming and you're gonna get maybe 5 or 7 at best. You're not gonna get
she got a good 10.
Yeah, you're not gonna get enough for a good versus. Now I do think Sierra would have been good, but I think she would have been a better and more time appropriate matchup for Ashanti, not for Keyshia Cole.
Yeah.
I think Sierra and T Marie.
Sierra
Marie. I think those two.
Because
what hits Sierra Marie got?
Nothing.
Besides Daddy.
But it didn't happen.
Say it again. I'm sorry, Schoolboy.
Tierra Marie was supposed when Jay-Z found Tierra Marie, he found her at the same time Rihanna was.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be what Rihanna was going to be.
Right.
She became too difficult. They let that go, and Rihanna became what she is. But let's be real, Rihanna's not that strong of a singer.
Absolutely not.
So my thing is, if you're gonna put real, true catalogs, the people that we would want to see catalog wise, are you gonna be your Janets, your Mariahs, your high up there, and them heifers ain't coming from a high up there.
Not from a versus. They look raggedy.
No, Donna says Beyonce cannot sing. Yes, thank you. I've heard. I've been to 4 of her concerts. I mean, she can perform, okay, but she can't do this. She can't sing.
Wait,
sing like. Let me see.
I can't do this.
She can't sing Stephanie Mills. Stephanie Mills can hold a note now.
No, okay. Let me say this.
It's different levels of singing. You cannot compare Beyonce to Fantasia.
No, you can't.
Jennifer Hudson. No. Can she sing? Yes. She can sing. It's just like why she remade Dreamgirls. It's the perfect analogy. She's the Diana Ross, and Jennifer Hudson is the lady.
Effie.
Yeah, she flown.
Okay, Ples, when you break it down like that, I will give it to her. Diana Ross of the okay.
But did you hear her sing Jill Scott's song, You Love Me as Special? When she sung that, I'm like,
she sang that with Beyonce?
Okay, now I hear you.
Have y'all ever heard Jaguar White sing?
Yeah, that girl can sing.
Under the table.
Oh my
But her
goodness.
albums are trash. I'm sorry. I tried to hear her records. I didn't like none of her songs.
Album to death when it came out.
Can I say something? Because I have to do this because I'm definitely a part of the Beehive. I have to do this.
Oh, he gonna sting you.
He's a stan.
I have to say this. I would never ever in my life say that Beyonce cannot sing. If you guys listen to the way that she puts together her vocals, the background tracks, it's almost like me, the way people think about Brandy, which is oblivious to me. But I don't think that Beyonce is the person who cannot sing. I think that people want her to sing like Jennifer Hudson and Whitney Houston. But I think that what she does, and she does it amazing. Mm-hmm. And so I have to say that because if my Beehive fans come here and see me say that, and sit here and listen to this, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Mm-hmm. You right about that. That first album.
Jennifer is at home downtown somewhere. She ain't that far from here, okay? So I don't understand why they can't get her on the verses. And Kiki Wyatt was over her house. I know people that sing background for her. Why? Her good friend. They not doing nothing. They can come on over here.
But you know why Kiki Wyatt won't do it? Kiefer, her brother, is one of my really good friends. Nobody wants to go against her.
Yeah, she's
that
vocal range. That vocal range
is amazing.
Okay, Sue says Macy Gray versus Jill Scott.
No.
Absolutely not. Jill Scott is a songbird. I mean, Macy Gray. I don't even know what do you call
Crown Royal on Ice? That's all I'm gonna say.
Crown Royal on Ice, baby.
Hallelujah.
Okay, so panel. Who would you? Because to me, in my opinion, throughout the years, Stephanie Mills has been the ultimate songbird. I mean, her voice is like angelic to me. She is like the best singer I've ever heard in my entire life. Who can go up against Stephanie Mills?
Shaka Radley.
Shaka has a whole different type of sound.
To me, it's not just singing; it's also the era. So I would have to pick Anita Baker to go against.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay, I'll take that. Yeah.
Or Karen White, if we can dig her up from wherever she is.
Karen. That's it. Regina Bell. Somebody said Regina Bell.
Yeah. Really? Regina, I don't think she has the same vocal range as Stephanie Mills.
I would love to say Anita Baker. I like the first option. Anita Baker would be dope. I would love to see.
Oh my gosh, that would be. Ooh, I'll pay for that versus.
I would like to see Anita Baker against somebody like Rochelle Farrell because they would be in the same genre.
Deborah Cox is a good one now.
I would say Deborah Cox and Tamia, because if you
Tamia,
them sing together, Tamia
good. Can I tell you the only problem with that? The only problem with that is that Deborah Cox doesn't have that many hits, though.
Yeah. Now, thank you so much for the super chat.
Deborah Cox is amazing. I mean, Deborah Cox is killer. She's an amazing singer. She's beautiful. Deborah Cox has everything, but she just doesn't have the hits that Tamia has, though.
Deborah Cox versus Tamia. Yes,
that's how I feel about Jaguar Wright. It's the same thing with her.
And Jill Scott. I think Jill Scott and Jaguar White can go up against each other.
They can go up against each other. Yeah, I would love to see that, but she's too cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, well, we know that she suffers from mental health issues.
Somebody said Shantae Moore. They brought it out to Wars. Now that girl can sing.
Shantae and Deborah Cox.
Yeah, I can see that. Anita Baker and Sade. Two different types. They're too different. Yeah. I mean, honestly, really, I don't know nothing about music. Oh,
what?
Who said that?
These people they got time.
Stephanie Mills. Stephanie Mills. Yeah.
Yes. I can do that.
I think they should do like all 90s girls group. I would love to see Jade, Janae, SWV,
Climax.
Brownstone,
Okay, male
Mel,
R&B
Changing
singers now.
Faces. Oh my God,
I
that
saw
was so
on
great.
Instagram that SWV and Xscape are trying to put
That needs
something.
to happen.
Every man
Oh,
wants
really? That would be
woman.
good. That would be good. Plaz, who's your
Every
favorite
man wants a
90s
woman.
male R&B singer?
Oh my God, I could never tell you. I love too many. Um,
Well, just top 3.
if I don't can we have a talk first about separating music from people? I'm not gonna fight with y'all. I'm not gonna fight with y'all.
Baby, that's fine. No, just say it. It's okay.
I'm not gonna fight with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all now. I don't agree with people's actions, but we will never in my house discount a person's music. So
Thank you.
cannot talk about the 90s R&B on a real level if we're talking about music and not talk about Robert Kelly.
Thank you. And I feel the same way, players, because we're gonna talk about that. Then you need to take out Elvis Presley. You need to take out most of all your white folks. I'm sorry, but for black people, we like, oh no, we gotta cancel the whole person. No. Music has a soul and a spirit to it. Now I understand that he did some despicable things like a lot of your white artists. But music is music. I like my music in 12 play. That's album right there.
Be clear. I have not bought an R. Kelly album or been to a concert in over 10 years. But I came of age. There's a study that says whatever you listen to when you were like 14, 15, that's pretty much musically where you stay. Mm-hmm. So R. Kelly's catalog, his albums from, the one with public service announcement to 12 play to Aura to R. Kelly to probably the height of it for me was definitely TP2.com. I have like a list of top 5 albums that I can listen to from beginning to end, no skips. TP2.com is one of those 5. So that and all of the writing he did, R. Kelly would absolutely be number 1 in terms of male vocalists. After that, it would actually be groups. I love Drew Hill. Mm-hmm. Cisco did not work without the group. It needed him and Jazz. I hate when
that album.
Big Head and these execs tell them that they need to go solo. It didn't work. And then the next one would probably be a split between Jagged Edge and 112. I love them both for different reasons.
Right.
That's a good lineup. Schoolboy, favorite 90s R&B singer, or top 3.
I got too many. I mean, I can give me some Babyface, give me some John B, give me some I can give you some group wise, Jodeci. Of course, I'm gonna always ride with Drew Hill because that's Baltimore right there. They're named after Drew Hill Park, and they worked at the Fudgery where you did have to sing the entire time that you worked there. That was a requirement. I mean, y'all see what I be listening to on Twitter when y'all be saying I'm a little bit of everywhere, but my era. Oh, Tevin Campbell. I like Jesse Powell. I mean, I liked a little bit of everything and everybody, but you could sing. Oh, Kenny Lattimore. I could just keep going on and on. There were so many artists that I liked.
True. Schoolboy, top 3 male R&B singers from the 90s.
You want Schoolboy to do it again?
Right.
You talking to me, Monica?
Yes. I'm sorry, Bishop. I'm looking at you and I'm saying Schoolboy, Bishop. And you knew it too.
Right. I for me, I love songs more than just artists. So you can be an artist I don't care for because your whole album might have been trash, but I might love 2 of your songs. So my favorite ones, if I was gonna do favorite, is Music Soul Child. Another one is Raheem Devon. Another one is it has to be 90s.
Yeah, we can do 80s. I want to go back to the 80s too.
Okay, Johnny Gill. Teddy Pendergrass. Want to get more Usher. He's a really good singer. Joe, of course. Oh God, I don't know. I forgot.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
If you want to talk about groups, my favorite groups is Silk.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is of course Jagged Edge. That's my favorite. 112. We have I don't know why I'm forgetting all these names.
Shy. You made me think of when you said Silk. You made me think of Shy. How could I forget Shy? I still listen to Shy's albums.
Yes.
I need them to do an unsung. If y'all watching, go do an unsung, please.
They did do an unsung. They did.
Mm-mm.
Oh, was that
Silk did, not Shy.
Did you remember the group Player? Baby, I wish.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah. Yeah.
That's my song.
H-Town was good. Yeah, H-Town was good for sure. For sure.
Prophet Jones. Oh,
you digging in the crates.
Yes,
You digging real deep in the crate.
I'm about to shut this down.
Truth, I love
So
Truth.
Debonair, shut it down. Well, Trina Austin, thank you so much for the super chat. So Debonair, you're up next.
So I'm gonna give you one Brian McKnight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's no that he's on my lower totem pole of the top 3 men that can sing the best. Tyrese, as the number 1 man who is in a group that there's no man on this earth that can kill anything that he has ever sung in his life is Wanye from Boyz II Men.
Yep.
Wanye's voice, there's no man on this earth that can compare his voice.
Nope.
And tell me somebody who can, and I'm gonna go listen to it because I don't think there's not a man on this earth that can sing better than Wanye.
And his sons can sing too.
So, really?
What about Gerald Levert?
Monica, you need to follow Wanye. Monica, if you follow Wanye on Instagram, you'll see he goes live on Wednesdays and he does a thing called Wanye Wednesdays. He kills it to this day. Wanye is a vocal beast.
Yes.
I gotta check him out.
There's no man who has ever sung on this earth better than Wanye.
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know about all that now.
Okay, on this earth, planet Earth. Okay.
I don't know about that now. You kind of go too far. A little far.
That's something else. My uncle's son back up through the Verzuz through his whole career. His name is Kevin Owens. He has a group called damn, I forgot the name of the group now. But look it up. His name is Kevin Owens. I can't think of the name of his group, but he sang the backup for the Verzuz through his whole career. But every day I would give my credit to a man who could sing better than anybody, to Wanye.
Can I throw one more person in there?
Ray Goodman and Brown. That's the name of his group.
I need to be whooped for this. I forgot to say Prince. I don't know how I forgot that.
He ain't better than Wanye.
He's an originator from the 80s, though.
Yeah, he is. But I'm sorry, he carried it over in the 90s.
But he's a legend. I think
he is.
He's a legend.
Princess, you're up next. Top 3 R&B from the 90s.
The 90s was my prime. Okay. I graduated grammar school and high school in the 90s. So at the age of 14, Usher became my husband, and there was nothing you could tell me about him during that time. Okay. I met him, and that was it. Now, these are not the best singers and the best group, but I'm going to give an honorable mention because I was in love with them at this time, and I had the #1 website, and coding wasn't even popular then. I was in love with Immature at that time. I can't really sing, but boy band wise, they was on it, Usher and Immature. But Genuine, y'all not putting him in this platform. Genuine, when Pony came out, you couldn't. That
Jump on it.
Over and over and over again. So you got to give him his shine before the drugs, okay? Maxwell was later. Well, he was like 98-ish. So yeah, I get him. But Drew Hill, those are my babies. I got a picture with Jazz somewhere around here. I like Cisco's first album. I bought it just off the strength of Drew Hill, and I had played out the thong song before it had even came out. I didn't want to hear it no more. Okay, so then I was in my college years, baby. I had Drew Hill and Cisco's album in the 6 CDs player, and then I had Tonight by Silk playing in that 6 CD player. Now y'all want to take away from these white boys NSYNC and Justin Timberlake can sing you under the table, because back then the boy bands really had to sing. New Edition, okay, and
Full Force made them.
Ricky Bell can sing some of these fellers under the table. I'm just, and I had to let go of R. Kelly because he's a Chicago legend, whatever. But your body's calling me. I have to stop myself from singing the song to stay with the movement. But he is a legend. I can never take that away from him.
Okay, that's very good. So, Robin Metz, thank you so much for the super chat. She goes, thank you, Plez. Yes, I have to separate the music from the versus the artist. All right, before you go, Soul Dominion, can I tell you who my favorites are?
I wasn't trying to leave, but you guys mentioned some things, and I said this. I said I think a great versus battle would be between Genuine and Usher.
Wait, vocally?
Not vocally, hit wise. They were around the same time. They had great hits around the same time. I would love to see that.
I'm just a bachelor.
All right, y'all. So here are my top 3. And I'm gonna go into the 80s too, because I just gotta do it, I guess top 4. I'll start in the 80s and I'll move up to the 90s. Teddy Pendergrass. Okay. Turn off the lights. Okay.
Turn them off.
Gerald Levert. Have y'all ever listened to Gerald Levert sing?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Who do you think I got my big boy swag from?
Gerald Levert. I mean, Barry White dropped them panties too, but Gerald Levert's voice. Oh my God.
And his daddy.
I just need to go. When you get off this live, go just type in Gerald Levert in YouTube. Woo!
Type in thinking about it and type in answering service. Those are 2 of my favorites.
Hello.
Now, 80s and 90s. Charlie Wilson. The Gap Band. Charlie Wilson. 80s and 90s. 2000. Like he went 3
2021.
2000s. Yeah. Charlie Wilson. And my ultimate, like who I listen to every single day, I think. Okay. Ultimate. Keith Sweat.
Oh yeah!
When I tell you I love me some Keith Sweat.
Me too. People like to talk about Sweat and talk about him whining, but baby, that Make It Last Forever album will give you your whole life.
Yes,
I'm telling you. If I could be a musical artist, I can too.
The OJs, yeah, the OJs were dope.
Look, I'm telling you, you put that on.
But I want to challenge you guys. What man sings better than Wanye?
Raheem Devine. Wanye is good.
He's not better than
Wanye from Boyz II Men.
Gerald Levert, in my opinion.
Not Gerald Levert.
No, not Gerald Levert.
Not Gerald.
Again,
what?
I was just gonna say, so debonair. Those are I hate when people, you can't really compare true gritty soul singers to people who have a more softer. Wanye definitely has range.
He's beautiful voice.
But it depends on a person's ears, right? And what they like to hear. I found that what I really like is a deep, raspy voice in a man. So I love Teddy Pendergrass. I love Aaron Hall. I love KC from Jodeci. Cisco. They all, when I think about, I'm like, why do I like these people so much? They all have this raspy tone and texture to their voice that they can't duplicate. Wanye can't do that. But I love Wanye. But he doesn't do that. But he does what he does well.
Wanye's voice is like
because he touches your vibration. That's the thing.
This is the thing I really hate is that people try to compare Boyz II Men to Drew Hill, and I'm like,
I'm
like, y'all have to understand the magic of Wanye's voice. Like, I think I feel like the way that Brandy fans feel about Wanye. Like, Wanye's voice is just so magical to me. Like, what his voice is just it's uncomparable. Like, I've never seen a man do that.
I can see so debonair like this.
this is an example that I always give. I love Wanye, right? But when Cisco sang "Sleeping in My Bed," you actually felt like you caught somebody in your bed. When KC sang "Life," you felt like you was the one behind the bars. Like they make you feel like you're in it.
Let me tell you right here. He sung the mess. Even Babyface had to say when he wrote the song "We're Not Making Love No More." When he said Cisco got a hold of that song, he said it was over. It was like when them rhymes came in. Oh, we're not making.
So when Boys to Men, y'all don't feel nothing.
Huh? I'm like, to the cows come home.
To me, Boys to Men got too poppy. Their first album is my favorite album. Please Don't Go. That was their true R&B to me. After that, like the 4 seasons of Loneliness and stuff, like they got real whitewashed.
Wait.
The end of the road song.
Start breaking up and stuff like that. I'm talking about the original Boys to Men before it got to it got all the other stuff. I'm talking about the original Boys to Men when they did Mama, when they did Ooh all those songs like that. Like
they can harmonize.
They beautiful.
I'm listening to Destiny's Child as a man's group. Like they were so amazing. And when Wanye came, it was matter of fact, not Destiny's Child, but like Escape. It was like they all had their personal places. Wanye was like Latasha's not like the runs that he did. No man can do those.
Yeah.
I don't know. Charlie Wilson can.
No.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he can. I don't know what planet you live on. He's the male version of Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
Charlie Wilson is the male version of Whitney Houston. I always say that.
I would love to see them do runs back to back because
they can't outsing Luther. I mean, they really.
Luther Vandross is a treasure, and like I said, my uncle's some background for him, so he's my ultimate favorite guy. I love Luther Vandross. I've been around him a lot of times in my life. Luther Vandross is like a uncle to me, so I can't I never put him in those categories because I just know him personally.
Okay.
Now,
my big sis, thank you so. My big sis speaks. Thank you so much for the super chat. Any of the Isley Brothers' voyage to Atlantis, Earth, Wind, and Fire? I am older. Yes. I mean, you don't old to appreciate good music. I mean,
that's when music was music.
The Isley Brothers. And when I got an Evie stairs.
Yeah, Ron Isley can sing anybody under the table, baby. Drifting on the memory. I'm there.
Yeah. Do he still got that process?
Probably.
Hey, if it helps to sing,
I probably respect Wanye so much is because he never left the group. Like out of all the groups that we have grown up to love, it was always, they're the lead singer left. And so I think I loved him so much because what we love, he never left that. So maybe that's what it is for me.
So definitely not gonna let it go.
I can't do it.
You know who else is good? And we forgot to mention them was Lettucey. Okay. I know she's not 90s.
I might have a man crush, Crazy K.
I thought we were talking about me, but
I want to go to some singers too.
Oh, who we left out was Donnell Jones, baby. I love me Donnell Jones.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
Yeah.
Now that's my guy. That's my guy.
Mary's first album. Donnell Jones.
Mary's second album. I loved My Life more than what
we take a vote on Blackberry's thing though. Who do y'all think is better vocally singing between Mary J. Blige and Faith Evans?
Vocally, Faith Evans.
I think Mary.
I'm definitely taking Faith Evans.
Yeah.
Faith is close to when you heard her sing with Karen Clark Sheard, they almost sound like almost close to each other. Karen can sing.
That's her inspiration.
Yes, Karen's a beast.
Vocally, but if we're talking about a versus, it's about hits. And so Mary got the hits. I like Faith, but Mary got the hits.
Yeah.
Anissa, thank you so much for the super chat. She said, "Hey, Teacups, you forgot Jaheim."
Oh yeah.
Before he got weird.
He was
right. I'm not wilding out like I used to.
Nice little boy.
Vandross though.
No, it's not the same thing.
That's what Jaheim said that.
Jaheim said what?
I'm just saying what he said.
What'd he say?
We forgot about Next.
Hold on 1 second. What did he say? So that what did he say?
Jaheim said he's the younger version of Luther Vandross.
That crack is he got some. It's really kicking in, huh?
But let me tell you this:
So what he on?
my uncle's daughter, who sung back up Luther Vandross, sung back up for Jaheim. So
The man can sing,
D'Angelo
but
was good before the crack.
Yeah. D'Angelo, we forgot about Next. I used to love Next.
Were they vocalists though? Like, were they like, I mean, they had some hits and stuff. I mean, I like their music, but were they like real like vocalists though?
Tyrese was a vocalist.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, when he ain't crazy.
Yeah.
But it's just we gotta separate the artists from their life.
Yeah,
But let me say this.
Started to get bad towards the end because I'm telling you, 2,000 watts was my joint right there. From the beginning to the end.
Well, his first album,
Tyrese, he always had it was like always a 3-hit wonder on each album. Like he got 3 great songs and the rest of the album.
What do y'all
when I actually go ahead.
What do you think about Avant?
Oh, he's great.
I love Avant. I have every album in
Avant's great. Avant's great.
After I started buying CDs, I had to know that you had 3 songs on the CD that I would actually listen to in order for me to buy it. Okay, because after Ashanti faked me out with hers, it was only a couple of people I would just sit out there and just buy a record from. One of them was Cisco because I knew I was going to get my money's worth. That was it.
Cisco.
That's why God gave us the playlist now, so we don't have to buy the whole thing. We could just, get what we want and then just,
Ooh, we missed somebody. We missed Brian McKnight.
You
said okay, my bad. I got a phone call that time. I hate that.
So debonair. Joe says it's so debonair still talking about Wanye.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about. Listen, let me tell you something. Wanye is a treasure to men's music. There's no man that sings better than him. But let me tell you guys a funny story. So in high school, Ashanti had just come on her first album. My best friend. And me and her, we debate about music all the time. So for her birthday, I bought her Ashanti's first album, right? She was so mad at me.
That album was trash. I'm sorry. I thought she had a good future at that time, and I listened to this record. I was like, oh, God, she's singing with the kids. I don't even remember what song.
Buy this. And I said, well, I thought you liked her, but she's I like the single. I don't like this. I don't like her. And it was a wrap for me. Like I couldn't respect her anymore. But she was so mad at me for buying her Ashanti CD.
Yeah.
Okay, we really did forget. We forgot 2 people. Somebody, it just one of the convos just popped up. They said David Hollister. He was so dope. And when you talk about David Hollister, you got to talk about the original Blackstreet. So Blackstreet. Who else? I just thought of somebody. I forgot about him again, child, but we'll think of it. But Blackstreet,
the original
Blackstreet.
They saying after 7.
That's who it was after 7.
Honey, I was sit up there and eating, listen to Kevon Edmonds' solo album was great too. I played that a lot. And Carl Thomas, we ain't.
Y'all didn't miss.
Wait, Lola, thank you. Sorry, y'all. Lola, thank you so much for the super chat. She says the feels y'all giving me just talking about music nostalgia. And yes, my love, yes. We forgot about somebody really important. A pioneer, Babyface.
Oh
yeah. No, someone did say Babyface.
Somebody said Babyface.
I did.
Okay.
What about Case?
Oh, yeah. I'm missing you.
Happily Ever After will still be one of my wedding songs. Call me ghetto if you want to. I don't care.
I better get an invitation.
Hey.
We gotta find her a tree to climb first.
You gotta come to the country.
That video he did when it was like a love song, but it was by his daughter. I love that song.
Mm-hmm. I thought you was gonna shout out Beyonce in the Happily Ever After video.
I was holding back.
Giselle in that video.
My children talk about me. I have every DVD that Beyonce has ever made. still sitting in here right now. They talk about me real bad. Destiny's Child all the way back. I grew up with Beyonce. That's my daughter's real mother is Beyonce.
Beyonce first album, Dangerously in Love, is still a classic. I mean, when I bought that album, I wasn't even a Beyonce fan like that. I used to love LaToya Luckett, and when she did that album, my God, I knew why my cousin loved her so much. I was like, that whole Dangerous album from start to finish. I ain't never heard an album like that in a long time when that happened.
I think that the LaToya Luckett is a very dope artist. Like I love even the stuff that she's done by herself. I think it's dope. I think that Roland just needs some kind of inspiration because she just keeps missing the mark.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, all day, every day, I have to ride for Beyonce because I feel like she changes the atmosphere when she releases music for stuff like, I mean, it's like this Black Power thing going on. I love it, and you know, I feel like I just have to represent that part. Like I'm a Beehive fan to the hilt. And I'm sorry, this is not the place for that, but I just love her so much. So
you're a 1/8 stand.
We're both Virgos. So.
Oh, you're a Virgo? Okay. Too much like a Gemini. That's why.
What I will say is that Beyonce does constantly raise the bar, and she's constantly challenging herself and growing. So yes, in our age, she is probably the greatest living entertainer, female-wise. I would have to give it to Bruno Mars, male-wise. But of course, they can never beat Michael Joseph Jackson or Prince or Tina Turner. But of our age, that's as close as we're going to get to that type of greatness.
And Tina Turner.
Y'all say Chris Brown?
I said Tina Turner. Chris Brown, too.
Chris Brown.
I love Chris Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that if he didn't have the issues that he had, he would be our next Michael Jackson, honestly, but he just has so many things going on. But Chris Brown has so much that he could offer that he just can't really do because of the issue that he has.
And Sierra is our Janet Jackson. Let's not forget
that. She might be her daughter, but Sierra,
she'll never be Janet. Sorry.
No,
right.
She's getting there. Come on now. Y'all got to cut that baby some slack.
I want Sierra to stay at home with Russell with them kids and go on. Leave that music alone. Please.
No, when she did the Afro beats last year or the year before, she killed that with Tekken.
Hold up.
I'm sorry.
Bishop. Let's not act like Janet Jackson was vocally inclined to anything.
She wasn't.
She is not. She whispers.
Like, let's not do
She
that.
whispers her songs.
Sierra definitely could be this generation's Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson didn't do that much great stuff besides be Michael Jackson's sister. And she's like
Beyonce. She's a great performer. They perform. They perform very well.
Beyonce can sing though.
Okay. All right. My big sis speaks. Thank you so much for the super chat. She said,
but we ain't gonna act like Jasmine Sullivan ain't like the old school singers where she can sit down and sing.
Well, they call her Brandy.
No, she ain't nobody.
They call her.
I don't know who's they, but they need to be quiet. Yeah, that's a long. Brandy can sing, but she's in her own lane. But Jasmine Sullivan reminds me of like a Patti LaBelle with that.
Well, let's see what my big sis speaks
from Philly.
Let's hear what my big sis says.
My big speaks. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, we like. What was the guy's name that he likes so much again? I like him now. I love it too.
Wanye. Me saying Wanye.
Yes.
The shade is real.
Yes.
Come on, me saying Wanye.
Brownstone can sing.
Oh yeah, Brownstone. Yep. That was Michael Jackson's group.
Yep.
Oh,
absolutely, Stevie Wonder.
Well, that's a legend.
I'm gonna give you all day Stevie Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Layla.
Another.
One hit one.
Now look, I like Rome because I'm from the country and I still play Rome. I belong to you. Pretty much.
That's one song.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting ready to say. I like him, but you know, I wouldn't call him great. Just How You. That's also on the wedding list.
How too. But yeah,
like Jennings.
No, you know what?
Like Jennings.
Monica, let me tell you a funny story. People used to tell me that I look like Jennings all the time.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
Ain't he from Ohio, from Toledo?
I'm from Columbus.
I know, but I'm saying
Since
from
you
Ohio.
mentioned it, since you mentioned
Tamar,
it,
yes.
Tamar?
Oh, that girl's a vocal beast.
Is she?
Yeah,
She started in the 90s.
play that whole album.
You know,
She can stay off the internet.
the first album with that song, "If You Don't Want to Love Me," that was her hit song. I
You
love
know
that
when you have
I
you know when
that
you have
did
an
come out
iPhone,
in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
you know when you have an iPhone and you got to return it and get a refurbished version of it. That's what Tamar is. She's like Tony Braxton.
No.
No,
You must ain't got no album.
Back in the 90s, when they played So Many Ways by the Braxtons, they used to play that on the box. And Tamar was real young. She was about 14.
My mom has Tamar's first album.
Mm-hmm.
My mom has Tamar's first album. We never listened to that, and I never heard it on the radio.
They did it wrong. But let me tell you this, so Debonair, you love Tony. Them high notes that was being hit, that was hit by her sister.
That was Tamar in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I never
and
loved,
in the front.
I never loved Tony Braxton from a high note at all. There was never a day that I said Tony Braxton hit a high note. So no.
Mm-hmm. You remember the song by Tomorrow? With the guy, what's his name? Trey Songz. That when she was stretching her
Wait. Let's address it. Let's address it. Angela Johnson says Beyonce is jealous of Alicia Keys and Ashanti. Why?
I would tell you to don't pay attention to her. She regularly trolls this page. She just trolling you.
Oh, okay.
She was going through something.
Yeah, last night when we were talking about all the things we were talking about, she was trolling Kenya Moore. I'm like, girl, get on topic. Get on topic.
Right. I'm like, Kenya had nothing to do with this.
But let's go back though, because somebody said Eric Benet. I love Eric Benet.
Yeah, Eric Benet.
He's dope.
He loves coochie. So
He's got to reform. You need to say all love coochie. He got reformed and moved on. Okay.
We did forget Maxwell versus D'Angelo. That would be a good versus.
But I'm gonna say that Georgie Porgy that him and Faith Evans did was dope. And then he did Spend My Life with Tamia was dope.
Yes.
What about Tina Marie?
Legend.
Oh, I love Tina.
Square Biz.
I was in there jamming the other day working at the Square Biz. I was like, come on, get it. That's when the song was long. You got a whole 5 minutes.
That's when they used to do music when you heard the instruments.
If we're gonna go back, we gotta go back to DeBarge then. I mean, let's throw him on out there.
We gotta give him respect where respect's due. I mean, that whole family, they can all sing. Yes, amazing. Mm-hmm.
Might as well say the Silvers too then.
Look, Princess.
Look, Smokey Robinson.
Walk on, Princess.
Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh Lord.
Do y'all remember Poetry? I don't remember. I mean, I know the name.
All you gotta do is say yes.
They're not talking about Florida. They talking about Marsha.
Marsha.
I'm talking about whoever did say that will always be on.
But
they did. Do y'all want to know a fun fact?
They wrote Butterflies for Michael Jackson. When Marsha
did.
But the other girl, she was doing poetry. Yeah. Marsha was the one who sung.
She's the light-skinned one from England, right?
Yeah, that's Marsha.
Yeah. Do you want to know a fun fact?
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Do you want to know a fun fact? They did that album in 11 days.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're talented. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. 112. Okay. Yeah.
112. Yes.
Uh-huh. Melanie
messed over
I know her name, but I don't remember her. Like
I remember her.
Melanie Fiona can sing, but she just don't get that push.
And it can't to know how much I really love.
Vivian Green can sing. Don't get that push.
I kill you.
That's
a
song right there.
What's her 4 a.m. Vivian Green, yes. Vivian Green, yes.
Emotional roller coaster, baby.
And get right back to my baby.
Zayn were one-hit wonders.
Johnny. No, they had two.
Sending my love to you. And hey, Mr. DJ.
Let's throw
three.
Yes, Willis Hyman and Dr. Williams of the legends in the game. Mm-hmm. Yes, Shalimar, yes, of course. Jody Watley, yeah. Yeah. And
Dana Howard.
Howard Hewitt, yeah, and Jodie Watley. That's how she got her start. I don't remember Tracy Spencer. Was she?
Oh, baby, yes.
He was on the episode of Family Matters in the 90s.
Okay. Okay. All right.
What about
Shantae got a man? Yes. Shantae Moore. Yes. Music Soulchild, of course. Yes. Rick James, absolutely.
Listen, at my wedding, I have a song that I want to be played from Music Soulchild.
So beautiful.
Which one?
Half crazy.
What did you say, Blast?
Half crazy.
No. It's not half crazy. Hold on. You go on, Monica.
Y'all actually play the
song.
song.
I know what song you talking about. Is when they got older.
No, not that one.
Candy played that at her
wedding. Go on, Monica. I'm gonna tell you guys in a minute.
Fire and Desire.
No.
I know. I sung one for my ex-girlfriend on our first date. So beautiful.
All right now.
That's my jam right there.
Look at Bishop coming through with the romance, bro.
I'm very romantical. What you doing?
Okay, now.
With flowers, candy, and all that stuff.
Big Girl 40 is bringing in Anthony Hamilton. If the good Lord blesses me the way I'm asking him to bless me, Anthony Hamilton will be live at my wedding, baby. With
we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna
the point of it all is my absolute favorite. Just from the opening line, I can't stay.
The song is called Who Knows.
Who knows? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know that song. Love that song.
I love that Anthony Hamilton song he has with Jill Scott. My baby sings it all the time. She's like, "This gonna be at our wedding." I was like, "Okay."
I'm gonna try to entice him and tell him about my auntie's good collard greens and cornbread. I'm like, "Look, you can come. We gonna have you and the Hamiltons, baby. What y'all want to eat? We in the country. What y'all want?"
Let me ask you guys this: people keep on saying they want to do a verse between Jennifer Hudson and Fantasia.
Yes.
Jennifer Hudson has 2 songs though.
Oh no, baby.
She does. No, she does.
That album I can play from front to back.
Lies,
girls. What else does she have?
She got a lot of songs.
Like
One Night Only.
What are her songs?
I'm about to say it. I'm about to take my tongue. I'll be singing in the middle of the songs.
What's the one? Remember song?
Yeah,
I gotta dig.
That's what I'm saying.
Track lists. You know how many music I listen to in the week?
I've been up to some change, but can't nobody love you.
Can't nobody
love you like I'm gonna love.
Spotlight.
But it's the song before that.
What's next?
The first song.
Yeah, I didn't tell y'all this, but if we can't sing on YouTube. We can't sing. You get copyright strike.
Wow. Okay.
Seconds. Yeah.
Fantasia has a
play
lot of
music. I thought.
Huh?
I sing
I'm sorry, Bishop. What you said?
I thought only if you play music, because I know if you play music.
Oh no, she sings too. B Love talks about it all the time. She never sings on her
really?
piano. Yeah, she's gotten copyright striked a few times, but just singing songs that you know how she sings. Yeah.
You mean
when you know the track in the background? I tagged you guys in my video that was posting. I got flagged because of that.
What video was that? What video?
That's why I got flagged.
Why did you get flagged?
And it was down before we could watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, because you had music in there. Yeah.
Because you had who in there?
I was singing a song.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't sing songs. You get copyright strike. Even like a few seconds of it. That's why I keep
covering music.
They said it's less than 10 seconds.
Well, thank you for letting me know before I put out, because that's my personality, baby. I grew up, I was pretty much, I wasn't an only child, but it was like I was an only child. Everybody else was like 14, 15 years older than me. So I grew up lying, sending my grandmama's name to Columbia House for them 12 tapes.
12 free albums. I know that's right.
Exactly. And I would get in my living room with my little boom box my mama bought me and literally play the song, stop it, write down the lyrics, play, stop, write down lyrics. And I would memorize songs and be in my mama's mirror with my hairbrush, singing my heart out. I got a whooping because I wrote down the lyrics to Silk's Freak Me. Don't ask. I was like 9. But
That's
I was
not
like
really
9.
song
It
for
was
Bone
a cool
Thugs and
song.
Harmony.
I wanted to sing it. I just liked the song.
Hey,
That's
Monica.
how I learned the words to Bone Thugs and Harmony from front to back. Okay. And-
Hey, Monica, did you see that person who said Lauren Hill? Did you see that?
I
Thing?
did like Lauren.
And did you hear what she said? Why she never made another album?
What did she say? Let me see. Yes, Lauren Hill, Miss Education. Lauren. What did she say? I didn't see that one.
She said because the label never asked her to make another album, so she never made one.
Oh, that's what she. Oh, is that what she said?
Yeah, this was like 3 weeks ago.
She did
She
say
also,
it.
you know, Lauren Hill also talked about her mental health issues and a lot of stuff. So I think that also played. And you see, she can't show up on time for anything. So maybe she wasn't meeting deadlines, even though she was talented. If you're difficult to work with,
they're not going to work with you.
Yeah.
And also intertwining a lot of men at the time too.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean,
She got pregnant.
Always a mess.
That's
She
really
was
sad.
pregnant.
That's really sad because the people who loved her, they never got a chance to really experience her outside of that first album because people like still to this day they right off of that first album. But when she said, I was like,
well, and even that don't make no sense because an artist is going to go to another label or go independent. But I think she was so emotionally stressed out by that man, the Jamaican man, who is so fine, by the way. I've seen him in person one time. He is gorgeous. Oh,
was white
now. You must don't know the backstory.
He's good looking, but he's also crazy. He wasn't married, but he was having a lot of other relationships outside of their relationship.
Isn't it Ziggy? Is it Ziggy Marley?
Yeah.
Was it?
I thought it was
Ziggy.
Yeah,
it wasn't Ziggy. It was Rowan.
Rowan.
Oh, yeah. I was like, one of them Marley brothers.
But you know, back then, being pregnant and you putting out albums that was looked down upon, and they wanted her to abort Zion.
Yeah,
and she wouldn't do it.
Yeah. But then she ended up having 5 babies with him, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the 6th one wasn't his.
Right.
It was her spiritual guidance. He's like, why you keep being with this guy?
I'm sorry, y'all. We missed 2 big ones, and y'all bringing up Lauren Hill just brought it up. Tony. Oh my God!
We said that. They said him. They mentioned that one.
Oh, I missed it. In mint condition. How can you not? Pretty brown eyes.
I'm not a fan.
Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "What about Freddie Jackson?" I mean, Freddie Jackson was good, but I just was never really into him. He was like the Luther rejectors, you know.
He was.
You know, labels did that a lot, and it was so obvious in the 80s. Somebody would get big, and then every label would get like their version of the person.
Equivalent.
It happened in our era too with Aaliyah. Once she passed, everybody tried to make a duplication.
That's true.
Yeah,
I always think of Al B. Sure and Christopher Williams. I'm like, everybody got to have a life, right, Negro?
Yeah, they were literally a clone of each other. Yeah.
Can I give an unpopular opinion though? I love Aaliyah, but I don't think that she was like that great. Like her voice she didn't do anything amazing with her voice.
She couldn't really sing.
Yeah, she didn't do a lot of really great things. She just was a really cute girl who did some good stuff, but her music was subpar.
You thought so? Really? You thought at my best was subpar? Really?
She was up against Brandy and Monica. Like, I mean, they both were killing her.
Not at her time. She was up against Brandy and Monica. She was early 90s. Brandy and Monica came a little bit later.
A little bit later.
At my best, you didn't like that? At my best, you are loved. You didn't. No.
You didn't like.
Well, we all came that we loved. It wasn't the first version of that.
No, the Aaliyah was just definitely in her own lane, and for Aaliyah, it was the whole package. It wasn't really her voice. It was the voice. It was the dancing. It was the hair. It was the styling.
She didn't really do that much. Like her dancing was very like.
You just did a lot, baby.
It wasn't that great.
How are you that somebody video?
If you
somebody video is iconic.
If you look at it,
sir, that was my wife back in. Let me speak on it. You talking about them dancing ain't nothing. Did you remember we need a resolution?
Yes, I remember all of it.
You don't remember them dances?
Let me tell you why I don't think it was that great. I could do that myself. When she came out with Are You That Somebody, we used to do that at my house. Like it wasn't that difficult. It wasn't that difficult. It was just like.
It wasn't that it was difficult.
You're not selling me on that. You're not selling me on that one, yay. You're not selling me on that.
It wasn't that it was hard choreography, but it was smooth. It was her whole style and how she carried herself. The whole 1 in a million. She was just so cool. The swoop, baby. I used to sit at the beauty salon for hours trying to get a good rap for that swoop.
I agree with all of that, but I just don't think like musically, like she was like a staple in music. Like she just died early, and people just started respecting her music.
Oh no,
her music. That Aaliyah album. It actually gave her that grown woman sound.
Like, what is she saying that was really difficult to y'all?
And she has a songbird voice, so you can't compare her to Brandy and Monica because they were more like soulful singers. She's more like the sweet and it's beautiful.
Angelic,
like, and Ashanti could almost get there, but it's not quite there yet.
No, it's not.
It's almost there, but it don't get there.
She could have competed with Aaliyah because honestly, I just didn't think she did vocally like that much. Honestly, I love Aaliyah. Like,
it wasn't her vocals; it's the production.
The production behind
it's the production. Missy and Tim crafted something specifically for her. She stood out from everybody else, and I'm a Brandy stan. Like I love Brandy Norwood, but Aaliyah was completely different.
I love Aaliyah's voice. I can
respect Missy and Timberland more than I respect her music. Like they just made her what she was. Period. Like she didn't really do nothing that was like something. I was like, I wish I would see another artist do this unless Missy and Timberland were working with them.
That he when she used to do that he like that up. I love Aaliyah's voice. I'm sorry, I can listen to her album. I don't have to
he sounds like Michael Jackson.
No, I mean the way she does. I don't want to give Monica no copy strike, so I'm kind of trying to not do it. But I'm gonna respect Monica on that because I don't want to do that, sir. But it's just the way she did that high note. I'm like, I liked her voice.
I mean, I'm definitely saying like from her career or nothing like that. But I just don't think that she did something that was just so great. Besides being a good person. To me, in her career, like I loved Aaliyah when she was alive. I loved her music. It was very fun to dance to sing and do stuff like that. But career-wise, like if she was still around, like I just don't think that it would have been. If Beyonce and all the other people that are around, I just don't think it would still last that long.
I don't think they would have lasted that long because she was them.
Yeah. She would have been in a different lane. Again, Beyonce came around right after Aaliyah. They would have been in the same arena as far as competition. Beyonce would have been Beyonce, but after Aaliyah was gone, there was not a lot of competition. There was Brandy, there was Monica, there was Aaliyah, there was Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and then there was Destiny's Child. Everybody went into their own spots. Right. Aaliyah would still be around. She would be again like a Diana Ross of this age, or
she would have been. Yeah, she would have been.
Yeah. Crystal Howard says Teddy Pendergrass, Stephanie Mills, Feel the Fire. Absolutely. The best of the best.
Now you speaking my language.
Stephanie Mills is the best vocalist in this planet.
Absolutely.
Stephanie Mills. All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap things up. I mean, this was a very lively discussion.
It was.
Diana, I'm puzzled. Go ahead.
What are you puzzled by? Tell me.
What you puzzled by?
Y'all just compared to like a Diana Ross. Like I'm puzzled.
Diana style of voice.
Compared to Diana Ross, Stephanie Mills.
Aaliyah.
Oh, you can't compare. It's just totally different.
Well, no, we talking about the style of voice, the softness. You know what I mean?
Diana Ross didn't really sing, though. She was like, "Baby love."
Right.
It wasn't difficult.
And neither is Aaliyah.
Aaliyah could do something that most artists cannot do, which is act. So I think she would have really been more towards the acting lane than anything. Because I'm sorry, Beyonce can't act.
Y'all leave Giselle alone. Y'all leave her alone.
Oh, you didn't. Sandra, no, thank you so much for the super chat. So Debonair, stop it. You are killing my ears.
Oh, we did forget about Gladys. Oh Lord.
I'm respecting Aaliyah though.
Gladys,
I'm not disrespecting her. I just don't think musically like she was like what people keep on saying that she was. I think we respect her a lot because she died early, and
that ain't true for my part.
Respect that we gave her that. She absolutely deserves that. But I just don't think that musically before that she was really like when that's something like I think probably Diana Ross. It was like baby love. Like it was really support. Like,
well, again, you keep concentrating on the vocals. For Aaliyah, it was truly the whole package. If your girl only knew, then when she died, the "Can I Come Over" is I still heavily play that. I don't wanna.
I care for you.
Her delivery. I care for you. It was her delivery, but it was also her style. She was sexy without being naked all the time. Like she just had a whole, as this person says, a vibe, a whole aura about her.
I knew I was gonna get in trouble with this.
And to speak for the bishop, I liked her voice. I liked it because I sometimes I don't want to hear hard. I don't want to hear no soulful. Sometimes I want to hear some sleek, and I could turn Aaliyah on, and she do not miss a beat when I say that.
Aaliyah was the architect. Aaliyah was the architect of tomboy feminine
Sierra
swag. Yeah, she started that. You know, people weren't doing that before. They weren't wearing a bra with boxer shorts. Girls weren't doing. She started that, and a 6-pack. Like you wanted
to be like her
because of her.
Well, I was doing it, but then never mind.
I agree with all of that.
I'm sorry, schoolboy. What were you gonna say?
I was doing that, but that's different though.
Yeah, schoolboy be thirst trapping on IG.
Listen, schoolboy, I wasn't going to even touch that subject, but that's why I wasn't going to touch it. But again, I respect Aaliyah so much in her career. She did amazing. Like I can't, nobody can take that from her. But when it comes to her career, I just didn't think that, you know, the way that they praise her for what she did, it really wasn't enough. And I guess after watching that whole thing with R. Kelly, I was really kind of confused from her as well. So,
Lola, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, "Oh no, put some respect on Aaliyah. She was a whole vibe." Absolutely, yep. She was. Christina Milian.
No, Jesus, no.
You know what put Aaliyah back on the map? That song that she did on the Anastasia album.
Journey to
You, and also what's the song she did right after that? Where she did number vocals. It was no dance or nothing. The one song, it was slow.
Hello.
That's my phone. My bad, but what's the song? I forgot the song, but it was a slow song. It was about a breakup.
The one that
broke my heart.
Yeah, how could the one? Yeah, I love that song. I felt that in my spirit.
Cried a couple times to that song.
Yeah, you can't help but cry, and it's all sweet and stuff.
Yeah, that definitely takes me back. We would be writing our letters in high school, folding them like the origami 20,000 ways. To you from me, where for period.
How could the one I share my dreams with take my dreams from me? What? The one that caused me so much pleasure brought me so much misery? What kind of lyrics? What?
This might be a good matchup. Yolanda Adams and Kiki Wyatt. I mean, both.
I would put Karen Keyshia against Yolanda Adams only because of the Christian circuit.
And Yolanda Adams has more hits than Kiki Wyatt.
And
Yolanda
then
Adams' voice is amazing. I mean, he is just a powerhouse.
But Karen killed Yolanda and them songs they did together collabing.
But they probably had the same amount of hits, though, so that would be a good matchup.
Shirley Murdoch, someone said in the chat. Yeah, she was good.
Shirley.
Yeah, I don't want to mix gospel with secular because it's gonna be like on the Apollo. You can't boo the gospel singer, child. So
You know what I love this week, though, Kiki
I
Wyatt.
don't want to see that.
Denise, thank you so much for the super chat. TLC definitely started the tomboy swag. that sexy before Aaliyah, but Aaliyah is definitely a whole vibe. Didn't Aaliyah come before TLC?
No, TLC
No.
came out in 91, but be clear, they had.
Let me look this up. TLC came after Aaliyah.
1990.
91.
That came out 1990.
They had long shirts. They didn't show their breasts. That album that didn't come out to the Crazy Sexy
They had the
album
condoms.
in like 93, 94.
Yeah, that's like 95.
TLC was they were in the first concert I ever went to in actually Jackson, Mississippi. Hello Bell Collective was Ho Frat Ho, Boys to Men, TLC, and MC Hammer, baby, the Too Legit to Quit tour.
That was 91. That was
Listen,
91.
My very first concert that I ever went to was MC Hammer and TLC.
Yep.
That's family right there, MC.
All right, come on. I watched
all of these
videos.
Man, I used to do them dances. I was seeing back then. Show, I was my friend was MC Hammer, and I was the background dancer. I had my my spandex pants on, and we was at Catholic school, so I don't know why they let us do that. But I was all
Y'all are right. Y'all are right. I really thought that Aaliyah was before TLC.
Aaliyah was like 90. Aaliyah was like 94.
Yeah, she was 93,
94, and TLC was 92. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
Big girl said Immature was her first concert. That was my first concert. Oh my god.
Oaktown 357. They were like slash rappers, weren't they?
They were MC Hammer's proteges.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't really singers. All right, y'all. I am getting tired and I need a drink.
All right,
now. Drink.
Y'all got me thinking. I got
the big bottle.
Hey, before you take us out here, can I do one thing that I did on social media today? I just want to say something to the teacups that are in here, and for us that's on this platform. You guys don't understand how dope Monica is, and I really wanted to say this on your platform. Monica is so dope. I hit up Monica and I said, hey, you know, I want to do a YouTube channel. And Monica was like, I got you. Like, start it and I'll start helping you. I'll put you on my channel all the time. And I was like, okay, cool. I didn't realize that she was really serious about this, though. And so since then, like, Monica has hit me up. She's talked to me. She's just a real human being that, like, if you want to do something, it's someone you want to know. And I just want to celebrate you for just a second and just so much. And Schoolboy, Princess, and the Bishop, we can all relate on this. Like, you are so amazing. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I tell you this at all, but I just want to just celebrate you for just a second and just say how amazing that you are.
Oh, you are so sweet. I love y'all. You are so sweet. Don't make me cry.
Do you need some tissue? You need some tissue? I got so much on deck right now. It ain't funny.
That's so sweet. No, listen. I'm all about love. Like, that's it. Life is all about love and helping. You come to me when you need something. I'm gonna try to help you in the best of my ability. And that's all I did. I didn't do much. I mean, anybody would have done the same, I would hope.
That's
no,
not,
they don't.
That's not true. I'm gonna say something, Monica. I've been in this game for over 11 years, and people are intimidated by you that they think that you may bypass or something like that. Mm-hmm. So when I talked to you, and like just what you gave me at that time, it wasn't even a lot, but us talking and just the stuff that you helped me with, and like when you encouraged me, you posted my stuff. I've never had that, and people that have other platforms, like I've been on radio stations, they're like internet radio station stuff, like they're intimidated by that stuff. So,
so right.
That's so sad though. We need to help you. We need to uplift each other. I want us all to succeed. I want us all to have big YouTube channels, or whatever dream you have. I want the best for all of us. We can all eat, we can all live, we can all grow. I mean, to me, that's a blessing, right? That's what life's all about. It really is. It really, really is. And you're just such a beautiful person, so debonair. Of course, I had to do whatever I, could do to share the love. That's all. I'm just sharing some love.
I'm gonna tell you, one day we're gonna do something for you that's gonna blow your mind. And I'm saying up with Schoolboy, with Princess, and the Bishop, we're gonna blow your mind one day, and you're gonna be like, I can't believe this. We're gonna blow your mind one day.
Your children gonna make you proud.
Well, that's all I want. I want us all to follow, our dreams to for us to see our dreams come true. And we need to help each other. That's what this community is all about, lifting each other up. To me, I don't feel good if the people around me that sat on this panel didn't surpass me, didn't become bigger than me. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I'm not even anywhere yet. You know what I'm saying? We're all growing, we're all learning, but it's all about helping each other. The crabs in the barrel philosophy. I don't live like that. I've never lived like that. To me, if you give love, it's gonna come right back to you, and that's all I ever see. So, and I love y'all. I love you.
We love you.
We love you too.
We love you.
Yeah,
We love you like a fat kid love cake.
I know that's
It's an elephant heavy.
I just let y'all know I will fight anybody for y'all. I will fight.
I just want to go on
that I care about.
Not what Schoolboy said, what So Debonair said though. And Monica, because I've told you this personally. Like, I think it's just timing, right? And it's the perfect storm. As bad as 2020 was, and it was bad.
Yeah.
There were some great things that came out of 2020. And I've shared it with Monica before, like my whole channel, Scared of Beautiful, the logo that I have. I actually have had that since 2018, but was just scared to jump out on faith and do it. And was like, if people gonna like me, or people gonna want to hear what I have to say, I'm nobody, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean nobody, but you know what I'm saying, in a big scheme of things. And with COVID, I was able to work from home, and then I would be watching YouTube all the time. And I just happened to, you got recommended in my like YouTube feed. And I don't have a lot of people to talk about housewives stuff with down here. So I was like, oh, their panel is really dope. I really like them. I want to call in and comment sometime. And people liked what I had to say. I was like, this is weird. But then Monica, like, you reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm putting this together. I really want you on. You have a great perspective. And so just the way you sow seeds into people, and the way you give constructive criticism, because you do tell me when I need to get something better or get it together. It's all appreciated and it's all valuable. So I definitely agree with So Debonair. And like I told y'all last night, we all get the inboxes. I'm not on Twitter, but y'all get the tweets. I get the DMs of how our conversations are helping people who are either at home or just like what we have to say. And so I love the family that Monica has created for us here. And I think you all are dope, and that we all can grow in this thing together and be one big family. And it doesn't have to be, I don't even like the whole you're getting bigger than me. If you're blowing up, I'm cheering you on. Because I know what God has for me is for me. And you and you. We all gonna get it. Whatever we meant to have. We gonna get it.
Stop stealing my job.
We all have different perspectives, and we all do something different. I enjoy all of you in a different way. When I go look, we all have different stories. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think people like us for different reasons, because I was telling Schoolboy one day, we represent pieces of other people that they may not be able to show out in public, or they identify with us in some type of way where we may not see us. Like you say, I ain't nobody. I say that all the time. I don't feel like, I'm just a regular person, but to other people, they see us as something different. And, I get elated when people say things on Twitter. I'm like, oh, I'm just me, but it's different.
I just think that every time that we come on here, or that, the teacups in the comment section, like Monica always celebrates anybody who's on here. She's like, I love my teacup, stuff like this. For me, it's like, I just want to celebrate you for just a second. And just
that's so sweet.
Like, seriously.
Thank you so much. And I receive it.
Okay.
Super gracious, even to Alex.
Even Alex.
Listen, even Alex is her love. Yes. That cracks me up. But to your point, Pledge, you talk about sowing seeds into people. I think that's so important. It's wonderful when you can do great things in life, but what are you doing for the person next door? What are you doing for the person next to your neighbor, your own people within your family? We everybody's going through so much. Like Pledge said, 2020, it was a hell of a year. I'll tell you, goodness gracious, we lost family members. I lost my dad, my uncle. I have family members that are sick, like really sick, like sick. Pray for them, y'all. Pray. And it's just a tough time. But throughout all of that, I could still see some good things that came out of it. One of the things is this panel for sure, because the Teacups has been an extended family for me. This panel has been an extended family for me. I mean, the amount of love, we put love out there and y'all see it. You see the DM, you see it on social media. We get the love back and it just makes your heart overflow with joy, doesn't it? I know it does for me. I know we gossip and we spill the tea and we do all that stuff too, but we have some serious conversations. And even the gossip and the tea is entertainment, and it really helps people get through things. It helps get their mind off of things. They have all kinds of diseases and cancer, and they losing family members and they're unemployed. A lot of stuff is going on, but if we can provide an escape through love, comedy, and congregation, we congregate. It's a beautiful thing. This is a blessing. This is a blessing that we're giving back. So I'm just grateful for it. So Debonair, hugs and kisses to you. Thank you so much, brother. You're wonderful and you're so talented. And I cannot wait for your channel to blow up. I cannot wait. Everybody on this panel, I know, listen, people can't wait, okay? People can't wait. Princess, you're so talented. You're a sweetheart. And I just love you. I love you. She be yourself. You just being yourself, and it cracks people up. Schoolboy, that's my boo. Me and Schoolboy met through the DM on Twitter. She would DM.
And I wasn't even trying to do this. You did. You wrote me into, and I remember I told you in DM. I said you see something, God spoke to you, and so you saw something that I didn't see. So I'm gonna just go ahead and follow whatever the Lord say do. I'm just going ahead and do it. Yeah,
you gotta follow His orders. Bishop, he came on the show one night, and after that, I was frantically looking for him. I was like, Pledge, you know the Bishop? Schoolboy.
I was like, I don't even know him.
His name, the Bishop, right?
And it's so on here. And it's so weird because I had told my people, like, I was on the journey of finding my happy, because last year was ups and downs for me, and I was doing my content. I was spiking in July and August in the summertime, but then I fell in the crash because I just lost my zeal to even do it. And I wanted to talk, like players, I want to talk about reality TV, but I do content that's mainly around guys. So it's like, I can't really talk about this with nobody else. So I said, you know what? I'm going to call one day on Monica's channel. I'm just going to chop it up because that's something I like to do. My homeboy's like, just do it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, cause it's like, okay, it's kind of weird because, I'm not into like spilling tea and gossip and all that stuff, but I like talking about shows, so I'm like, let me just call in because I don't like what they do on this show. So I just called in and just chopped it up, and she's like, ooh, I got to keep you on here. I'm like, what?
Just that one time, and let me tell you, that backstage gets full, and a lot of people are back there. You don't know who to pick, and God told me choose this one, and that was it. It was love at first sight. I fell in love.
Monica, you know what you say? You need to call back all the time.
Yeah. And when you was frantically looking for me, you told me to come back that day. I'm like, and when I came back, he's like, oh, I was looking for you. I was like, you told me to come back. I'm gonna come back.
So happy. I almost didn't call the day I called. I would just sit in my bed and watch. I went through a major surgery in July, and I found you through Richie Sky. I couldn't really watch TV when I was at work, but God has blessed me. I'm not making money off this, but I haven't been back to work since July. And I decided to go to school, and y'all, if y'all really want to hear the story, it's on my paper. But I just sat in the living room and I just said, well, I'm just gonna call all about the tea. tomorrow. I hope I get it, and I ain't never left.
Yeah. Speaking of DJ Richie Sky, he poured love into me and encouraged me because, again, it's pretty hard to be on YouTube when you don't show your face. And a lot of people kept saying to me, because I had the blog for 8 years and putting things in print versus speaking about it like a podcast style, because you don't see podcasters. They just do a podcast. It's different. It's a whole. I go buck wild on my blog. You can say whatever you want. You know what I mean? It's different. But then when you actually have to show your face, you kind of have to scale it back a little bit. You know what I mean? And so people kept telling me, no, you're not going to make it on YouTube. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, just leave the tea over at your blog. You can't do both. You can't do YouTube and the blog. It's just too much. Don't do it. They kept discouraging me. So I bought the microphone. I brought all the equipment. I had it sitting in my office in my house for maybe a year. And DJ Richie, how did I do it? Okay, so I said, okay, I got to do something. Maybe I'll start a panel. I'll start off, really slow. When I asked DJ Richie, he said, sure, absolutely, I'll do it. Yeah. And Monique Kelly, who I knew on social media, but I hadn't really interacted with her in terms of a phone call, or it was just her making comments in my comment section. But I did see her videos on Instagram, and she was always like supporting me. Really, really cool lady. So I said, maybe Monique. And then I said, I need someone different. We're 3 African Americans and stuff. I need a different perspective. And Amir's crazy. I know him from social media.
He is.
Amir's a nut. Okay. So I said, perfect. Amir, let me ask him. And he was like, yeah, I'm down. And that's how that was born. And then I started doing that. And I said, okay. And it was once a week. And I was still intimidated because YouTube is very intimidating. Y'all know.
It's a monster.
It's a big leap.
Can I say a funny story about Richie Sky? So I met Richie because him and my friend were doing a show called The Morning Wood Show. They were doing the same thing, basically what you guys are doing now. But I was working for an online radio station, and they were asking me to find people to go on the radio station. So I had Richie, and his name is Damon Bouvier. I asked him about, I said, hey, my Verzuz is looking for new shows. Do you guys want to come on? And they said, well, let me call. Let's talk about this or whatever. And so I actually met Richie and DJ Richie Sky and Damon like in 2000, I think 9 or 10 or something like that. My ex-husband, he did a award show. They gave them a award for their show or whatever. So that's how I met him. And so since then, we haven't really talked about that. But me and my friend, we always keep contact or whatever. But I think when I talked to Monica, I was like, that's how I found this channel, through Richie. And so that's the reason why I've been like, I want to do this again. And when I talked to Monica, she was like, do it. I got you. And it's been great ever since then.
Yeah. All it takes is that little push. Like I said, DJ Richie gave me my little push, and he was shouting me out on his channel. I didn't ask him to do that. He didn't have to do that. He was this big YouTube star who I was actually cool with on social media before the YouTube even started. And I remember he kept talking about starting the YouTube, and it would start off slow. Then all of a sudden it just blew up within a year. Cause naturally he's just, amazing talent. And then, so like I said, I was doing it once a week, and then I wanted to do it more. And yeah, I could do the pre-recorded videos, but let me tell you something. Editing a pre-recorded video for me,
it's horrible.
It takes me 8 hours.
I'm
doing it right now, Monica. I'm doing it right now. It's horrible.
Yeah, adding those gifts and pictures and finding the right music and it takes forever. I say, I ain't really got time for this. I need to be going live.
I had a template for all that, but I love editing. But if I'm gonna be in front of the camera, I can't do too much editing. I'm like,
I know. So Plaz started calling in on our recaps, okay, and killing it.
I was a Players fan. I'm a Players fan.
My section would blow up. Yeah. They would be like, Plaz, heart, kisses. Plaz used to come on and do her own recap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'd be 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, we'll put that on now because she's doing her own recap.
I was like, who's this cute loyal girl that's be going in?
And I mean, Plaza's cat, you know, it's infectious. She's infectious. You fall in love with her. She's super intelligent, funny as hell. God's glove. We need to trademark it. I might get some cups that say God's glove. Let me hop on that. And then I will go back and read the comments, right? Because she would blow up the comments, would add Plaz to the panel. I mean, I would literally see 15 comments every single. It was a no-brainer, right? It was a no-brainer. I was like, naturally, Plaz has to be on the panel, and it was a blessing when she said yes. I was like, yay! But the best part is her heart is good. I didn't even know she was a lawyer. She's super intelligent, kind, down to earth. You got to be down to earth. You know, I only deal with down to earth people.
You know, Monica, I told Plaz the other day, I told my mom what Plaz Skin was about. My mom was like, when is this starting? Can I get the equipment to start doing this for her? Like, how do I get with it? Like, my mom is excited about Plaz. So, like, I understand how you feel. That's how Plaz is, though. Her energy is great.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. She's a natural talent and beauty, too.
That down south shade, too. I'll be here for it, too. I'm like, go ahead with it.
Louisiana, you got a story to tell.
Y'all are gonna make me cry for real. But I like I said, I've been thank you, Bishop. I have been a loudmouth, pretty much outsider my whole life. I told Monica, I was like, I'm very well aware I have a personality that you either love or hate. And because I'm so like just genuine, people pleasing was something that I had to work very hard to overcome because I couldn't understand, even though people tell you, oh, people didn't like Jesus, they're not going to like you either. But when you actually get people not liking you, it's like, why don't you like me? I'm dope. Like, I'm a good person. Like, I don't be clear. Like Monica said, this is us commenting, but we all have opinions about things. It's never mean-spirited, meant to tear anybody down. And that's why I always try to say, no matter what I do, somebody was like, oh, how are you going to be an attorney and sit on a gossip panel? Easy, because I don't fit in boxes. I let that go. Right. I broke that chain, and I used to be that person. I have to look like this, dress like this, talk like this, but I'm more than that. I like the law. I like politics. I like trash TV sometimes. I like me some music. I love all types of music. I laughed on the New Year's special because Monica was like, "Liz, do you even listen to rap?" I'm like, "Now, Monica, child, I grew up in the 90s. I'm from Mississippi and have lived in Louisiana since I was 18 years old. I can recite some juvenile 400 degrees front to back.
All right now.
Who you
I can do 8-ball MJG, 3-6 Mafia. Tell me what you want, child. You can get it all. But I just want more of us to do that. I want us to love ourselves. Again, if you're not maliciously hurting other people, be unapologetic. Go after your dreams. I believe that God brings us through all kinds of things in our lives, and it's our duty to share those stories with others. Because I grew up with depression and anxiety, very cyclical, and I thought I was alone. I thought I was the only girl, young woman, whatever, that felt like this. And for years, could not figure out what it was until I started getting into mental health and therapy. So, we do what we do on this channel. But like So Debonair said, I'm excited to start my own channel and talk about all the things that I've struggled with so that hopefully I can help people. And I don't care about the trolls. If I only reach one, I have did what God brought me here to do. Talk about weight loss and getting healthy in our Black community, talking about mental health, talking about rebuilding families. Like, that's my heart. And I also love to kiki with y'all and to cut up sometimes. I love a good kickback and I miss it. And so, like Monica said, I am thankful for 2020. She taught me so many lessons. And because of COVID, I was able to work from home and discover you, Monica. So I am
Mhm.
eternally grateful, and I always thank you for reaching, for considering me for your panel and for pouring into me. You're the greatest.
I love y'all. Hugs and kisses. Okay, so we got to meet up in person, but it's gonna be at a different location.
Yes.
I'm gonna fly y'all in.
I'm there.
It's gonna be a private room and a hangar.
Absolutely.
No,
Is the feds gonna be there?
Is this Fallon's plane?
Listen, we're going to turn up. Though,
the
right?
cell phones at the door. Okay.
I mean,
We're
I'll
gonna
get
turn
there.
up.
Though.
We're gonna have a real life meeting, and I just love y'all. I'm gonna surprise you one day. I'm serious about that.
We're going to turn up.
Y'all at my wedding. Shoot, I'm going to my wedding.
Oh, you know, I already started talking about that. You know,
I told y'all I'm manifesting
Mhm.
engagement, marriage, baby. We're gonna get all that.
That's on you too, schoolboy. You deserve nothing but love and happiness because you pour it out to people. I am going to go to bed. Well, I gotta get a drink first.
She gonna get blitzed.
And
I'm sorry for bringing us here in this moment, but I just really wanted to say it to you, Monica. Honestly, it means so much to me. So I'm sorry for taking us off.
No, this was good. This was good because this is good. This is good. This is nothing but love, and I love some love. And thank you, Debonair. Again, I wish you nothing but success. And I can see, brother, I can see so many doors opening for you, for real, for real. Your attitude, you got the right attitude, the right personality. Your videos are popping, and you're consistent too. You're not playing around. You are not playing around. Where's your channel on here, So Debonair?
Well, I learned from the best, but my channel is So Debonair. It's So Debonair, Debonair's with no O. I actually just posted a new video while we were here tonight. I'll be off here earlier, but I just did one with the Housewives of Atlanta for tomorrow's episode. So check my channel out, the So Debonair. Period. I'm trying to think of like a fan base name or something like that, because I know you have the teacup. I'm like, what am I calling my fan base? But
the Suave Squad.
What you said?
The Suave Squad.
Suave Squad. I like that. I was trying to like something with the crew, but
okay.
We'll work that out. But check out my channel, guys. It's So Debonair. My name is on here. It's the Debonair is with no O. And I hope you guys like my commentary on here. And I'm excited about being here. I appreciate everybody here.
We appreciate you too, Bishop. How can they find you?
You can find me at The Bishop on YouTube. And you can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bishop Redfield. But I'm always in YouTube land. It's my favorite place to be. But I'm also going into Twitterville so much with Schoolboy and Princess and so Debonair. They be going in. And Monica with all her news stories. I be like, share, retweet. I'm like, what? My phone be buzzing.
Princess, how can they find you, sweetheart?
In YouTube land, it's House of the Princess, HAUS, and 2 E's on the THEE. That's my website, houseoftheprincess.com. YouTube is House of the Princess, but Instagram is Princess AV613. It rhymes, and you'll find that. You can click and share and click.
That's good. Oh, also, I forgot Tasha K. She's another one. She's another content creator that pours love into other content creators, or at least me. She's done it to me. I've had great experiences with her, and she's a wonderful sister. I love her. Shout out to Tasha K for bringing me on her platform a few times too, and I got followers. People would come and say, I found you from Tasha K. So shout out to that beautiful sister. I wish her nothing but love and success. Schoolboy, how can they find you?
Well, as the bishop said, we be down there up in there in Twitter land, just getting these people together in these comments sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And then on Instagram, I think I graduated. I'm getting trolls from Kelly Dodd, so I think I'm graduated. It's gonna be school_boy_2012, and of course on my YouTube channel is schoolboy. So
you made it. You made it, schoolboy. You got wait till the trolls come after you. Ples, where can they find you, sis?
They can find me on Instagram at scared_of_beautiful and on YouTube at scared of beautiful, just spaces, no periods. We coming.
Yes, and you need to subscribe because our content is going to be dope.
Monica, somebody post something saying you need some merch.
I saw
Yeah, I've been
that.
telling Monica that.
I saw that. I'm going to work on that.
We need some teacup merch.
Okay, all right.
I'm about to buy a t-shirt press in a minute. Monica.
I want a full really teacup merch. Like
We gonna have your children. We gonna get our own shirts first.
yeah,
Right.
We just gonna
Is Pastor Holy Whore gonna be on one of the shirts?
I want to know if Jamal.
Is Jamal coming?
Is Mark gonna be there?
We're divorced.
Oh, speaking of Mark in Kenya, oh goodness gracious. I don't believe he put out that statement. I think that was Kenya that put that out, to be honest with you. But
what statement?
They statement about
about
their mediation broke off, and it's finally over. It sounds like something Kenya wrote, to be honest with you, and because he doesn't do social media, he doesn't do interviews, he doesn't talk to anyone, so it's kind of odd. But whatever, maybe she reached out to him and said, "Hey, they want a statement from you. Can I send them something?" Who knows? But we'll cover that Monday. We're gonna get into that Monday, Miss Kenya Moore, Mr. Mark Daly. Teacups.
We need a teacup, t-shirt, hoodie, something.
I'm gonna make them for us. I'm for real.
I know it's coming. It's coming. I'm working on something. I don't know yet what it is, but something. I'm working on something. Teacups, y'all can find me here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach a goal. I'm almost there. And once I get there, I'll turn the sub count on. But we're about, 9,000 away, something like that, So help us out and subscribe to the channel. And if you're ready, subscribe to the channel, bang that notification bell. And while you're at it, hit that like button. Teacups, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. This was a fun discussion. This is like a hangout. This is like the after party, right?
It's a party.
I said after the party, it's the after party. I'm not gonna sing it no more because that's horrible.
Yeah, maybe we can move the after party to Patreon. Because this way we can get loose. We can show all kinds of pics we want to show. We can cuss, we can sing, we can do whatever we want.
Hey.
Get the bag, Monica.
I got some things in the vault that I was never able to share before, and I was just holding on to masturbation tapes, these celebrities, all kinds of pics and all kinds of. If y'all want to see it, child, y'all can see it.
Monica, you got a binder?
My membership one.
So, Monica, what you're saying is you do get bones in your DM sometimes.
Monica, you got a binder?
Yeah. So, I never really showed it, but I'll show it on Patreon. Y'all want to see it? Listen, I'm here for the teacups. I'm serving the people. If y'all want to see the tape, I'm gonna show it.
See, we the people want to know what's really going on, and we only do this for investigative purposes.
Bishop, hold on. So, Monica, what you're saying is you have a binder.
Yeah, you could say that, a vault. I call it a vault.
Or she might got a dossier of files in the cabinet.
She is the CIA.
Now look, she said she had a hanger. So
I love when you clear that up, Les.
Can't put my hat on straight because it's so crazy.
When you cleared up what the CIA was, I love when you clear that up.
Yeah, thank you. I got it afterwards. I was like, okay, I can be so sometimes a little foggy. It's like CIA. Okay, yeah, you can call me that, I guess. I don't like to get those hard drives, but okay, I'll take it.
You be knowing some stuff. I'll be like,
that face.
You need to go on to do that, Monica. Come on, man, because I need.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I'm waiting on who Juan's girlfriend is. Come on.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, but you know what? I listen. I got to get all the facts involved in that and verify things. I'm not gonna put somebody on blast until I know 100% for sure. You know what I mean? I don't like putting out no half brewed tea. This shit gotta be strong. You know what I mean?
You gotta be strong.
The green-eyed bandit is waiting, okay?
Yeah. All right, teacups. I love you all, mods. It's late. I know y'all probably tired. Thank you for holding down the chat. Hearts, hugs, and kisses to y'all. Everyone that sent in a super chat tonight or a cash app, thank you so much for keeping the lights on. It helps this panel and everybody out a lot. You know, it really does. We appreciate it. I want y'all to stay safe, be blessed, and we'll see you back here Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, actually 3 p.m. Eastern for the RHOA recap, and then at 8 p.m. for our nightly tea. Hugs and kisses to y'all, beautiful Black people. I love y'all. Bye. 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 Bye.